Real sassy or
No, you know, we got company, so I ain't worried about him hitting me until after everyone leaves.
And you'll just run.
I went ahead and put it on there. Oh, let me go and put these headphones on.
It's going to be a real Donnybrook.
Alright, it's gonna be a fucking chilly time, I tell you what. 3 things are gonna happen. I'm gonna hit you, you're gonna hit the floor, Ambion's gonna hit 60. Then fuck your mom again.
Fuck you. Alright, let's go ahead and let me pull up Twitch real quick so I can actually fucking see my chat. Let's do that, shall we?
Sure.
Hey everybody, I'm Solar. These are my friends. Welcome back to our continuing game of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Today we are celebrating, I think that's the exact term, right? Today is Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody that's out there, or Happy Holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas.
Or Merry Late Christmas if you're ahead of us, and Early Merry Christmas if you're behind us.
That's true.
Is anybody behind us?
All
Oh yeah,
true.
I fell way back to Australia.
And welcome to our annual tradition. Every year,
Your uncle's always behind you.
every year around this time, we do a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition sort of Christmas-themed event within the world itself. It is known as the Festival of the Frozen Moon because once a year, in that special time, the moon reflects such a glow that it becomes this azure shade of blue. So
And the
that's
players
why we
become-
got the name Frozen Moon. People for centuries have seen it up in the sky and always assume that it's a blue moon, so it's very strange. And over time, kind of adapted this idea of, well, the moon is frozen temporarily in place. So
And the players have become so paranoid that we can't even enjoy
it
the holiday
becomes
anymore.
slightly paranoid.
Our first campaignees actually congregate in one room to wait the night out.
It's true.
To wait
Yeah.
the night out.
Really,
And fear
Tonight.
and loathing.
they have not done that.
Oh no.
Messed it up. So,
They're gonna
with that being said, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed our last stream. We did not stream Cuphead this Monday due to a work kind of came up, scheduling issue. So obviously couldn't stream at our normal time. As it were.
Normally time.
supposed to spend.
Oh my
So, yeah.
Hey,
So sorry.
what is wrong with you?
Wouldn't have been an issue if you cleaned your shit up.
It
So
was my leg.
again, welcome,
It was
and I hope you're having a fantastic.
I'm
day.
being bullied.
I'm assuming it's a better day than we are having. Maybe collectively or in general, I don't really know.
Oh, a good day.
With that being said, we will go ahead and introduce product.
Sure.
Sorry, it just popped up.
Honestly, my day could have only been better if I had managed to get some Chinese food.
Oh yeah.
See, I made the same joke. We should have done it. Should have did it. Should have done did it. I do have chat up on my
Can you tell
screen,
me-
so if you guys are interested in saying something or
Actually-
sharing some information with you or telling us about your holiday,
Or
feel free to do so in the chat. So,
You and
now that I say that, I lost the chat.
Nice.
Almost immediately.
Gone forever.
Let me go ahead and hit pop out before I get too involved in this. So how you guys doing today? Doing pretty well?
oh yeah, you know I did a bunch of runs and
Damn it,
shit.
that's why you asked me that.
We did not spend the day together. We
Most of
spent
it.
about
Not
an
even a
hour
little bit.
together. 2 hours.
2 hours.
Half of it.
I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning.
That's true.
Right,
I've been
Grandpa.
asleep since like.
You're chilling on the fields, feeding those pigs.
No, staring at the ceiling, questioning my life. And
You're
all
playing
that
video
sort of
games.
stuff. Not
Maybe
until
they did do
about
games.
7:30. I had a good hour and a half where I pretended like I wasn't
Silent
actually awake.
contemplation.
Silent contemplation. That is the way to put that.
I yelled at
So,
myself.
with
You're like,
that
I
being
like how my
said,
screaming is silent.
our story opens.
Wait, he's in the other room.
I'm listening.
He's right there.
He can
He's
Our
right.
whole thing is frozen on my screen.
Do you think it's frozen in general?
I hope not,
yeah,
but may have.
Yeah.
it's a frozen moon.
As you can see, we're all wearing sweaters and/or pajamas. That was the plan, and we have stuck to it.
I mean,
Some have coming off due to the heat, the combined heat, which is
Oh,
Mine
yeah.
came off for versatility.
versus
Mine came off because I wore a sweater last year.
I love being
I
able
want
to
to wear a
eat.
sweater.
Hey, we can't go to that.
Male nipples are fine. Twitch
Oh,
TOS.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no.
Oh no. We should have had a Christmas
NC-17,
nipple party.
we are not.
But do I have
Nipples?
female?
Or is it a shirt?
Do you in?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yes, I have nipples on under this. What does that sentence mean? Do I have nipples on under this? No, I took them off for the event. You know, I just,
Blood.
it's
If
a
you
nightmare
guys
these
notice
days.
any video or audio issues, feel free to hit us in the chat so I can make adjustments as
You come
necessary.
here.
We have no announcements. We are doing a D&D related giveaway. I said we have no announcements. I'm immediately going to end. So victory is mine today. We do have a D&D related giveaway at 200 followers or 10 subs, whichever comes first. We're always closer from one to the other. Until the number gets like ludicrous, at which point, whatever.
Well, we know better.
We'll always
But
be closer
that-
one to another. Doesn't matter which way it goes.
It's true. That's a fact.
Unless
Yeah,
they're
that statement
completely
is
even.
true.
Yeah.
If statement equals true, do something.
Set house on fire.
We had a fantastic day. I hope you guys did too. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the Frozen Moon Festival. I hope you guys are ready. So our story begins on the eve of the Frozen Moon Festival, the first Frozen Moon Festival you guys have participated in as the Corpse Brigade in the town of Barons. You guys have gathered up into the, it's not really so much a square as in just the largest sort of cross section through town, running directly from the matron's old house, past the well, out to the edge of town, and then the cross section, which doesn't have roads extending out. It was more of like an old pathway that had been beaten religiously into this place as people had kind of crossed the town as necessary. So you're sitting at the crossroads. Currently there are wooden tables set up in all corners, and just the general atmosphere is lively. The icy moon hangs listless in the evening sky. There is no cloud in sight. Twilight has pretty much taken over. You have torches, you have fires going, you have these smells of fresh cooked meats, fresh breads. You have these wonderful and lavish sort of displays of just foods on long wooden tables that are piled packed with travelers and adventurers and people from all over that have come to the cursed lands to see what it looks like now that it's cleansed. And without being disappointed, because the full corruption hasn't fully been sort of dissipated, so occasionally these pockets of sort of like demonic and undead resistance still appear occasionally and need to be battened back against the tide of darkness. So together, you guys are kind of like mingling with crowds, and your morning was fun. It was more festive. People do come to you more often than necessary, you feel, as adventurers, just lowly adventurers. But they seem to value your opinion more strongly now that you've assisted them in their liberation. So with that being said, you guys have slowly worked your way through the day. You had a boring morning, a wake up. The rooster would not stop. It just wouldn't quit. And you kind of climbed your way out of bed. You made your way through the morning ritual. You got some food. You kind of interacted with townsfolk. You wandered around for a bit, mostly making decisions on behalf of other people, some of which you've never met before. They just approach you randomly and kind of, hey, what do you think about this decoration? Or what do you think about this food plate setting? And you just kind of go with it. I mean, why not? You have really nothing better to do in this time. And especially with most of your reach having been pushed outwards and slowly making their way to towns or from towns, there's really not much else to do other than celebrate. So with mead having been brought in from outside, and you have fresh alcohol, and you have all these new amenities that you never once had, at least not here in the town, you find yourself winding down towards evening when the festivities are in full swing for the first time ever in Baron's long history. Children run around in costumes in these sort of divine gowns and little wings and halos that are hanging haphazardly over their heads. And they hand out candy to you, and they just kind of like throw it to you, and you graciously accept. You're a little bit off put by the notion, and you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
However, Tam and Lucrezia, you both have seen, this is a regular tradition, the idea of giving. Small children from a young age are taught to give to other people for the Frozen Moon Festival as a form of garnering protection from the divine. So they're given candy, or they're given treats, or they're given different gifts, and they have to give them out. That's the whole premise of the Frozen Moon. The more they give, the more protection they receive from their divine benefactor. So, as you guys have been sitting here, it's time for the rousing. They have no traditions set so far, so for the most part, the only thing you guys can think of is a toast. With Ma hanging at the top, with his inspiring presence. He kind of stands bulwark at the head of this long table. And these tables are just haphazardly placed throughout the square, forming no particular sort of...
Just in the middle of the street, kind of?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just in the middle of the street, and people are in full swing. There are long sort of chains of lights that have just been hung. The smell of holly and the smell different nuts roasting, just a plethora of meats and goodies for everyone. And you can tell that everyone is in the festive spirit for the first time in their lives. For some of these people, it's the first time for something to celebrate.
Totally do. Inspiring later, by the way.
As you are getting ready to do your rousing speech, holding a mug of ale aloft,
Use both hands. It's going to be up there for 10 minutes.
everyone seems to be holding up. You just kind of begin spouting this epic soliloquy about camaraderie and teamwork and giving in the spirit of the frozen moon.
It takes a town to build a village.
And it's unfortunate that whoever holds the highest passive perception.
Me.
You are the first to notice a bizarre yet familiar sound.
God damn.
As he is speaking, you're listening and you're like, okay, like let him continue. Okay, it's taking a little bit longer than you expected.
It is Maw.
And then sooner rather than later, you hear this.
Oh no, yeah, you know.
There's a sound.
Actually, no.
And that is why everybody here
14
is
on
both
history,
needed
which is
and loved.
oh,
Because
17
it
on
is
history.
together.
14 on your history. It's
17.
the sound of a clock.
Does anyone hear a
The
clock?
rhythmic
Oh, I just hear
sensation
Maw
of
going.
a clock.
I hear a clock. It's there.
It
on your
is
face?
together unity
No, these
that
don't
creates
tick,
the mortar
it's
to hold the
special
bricks
movement.
of our
They
society together.
With the
Salute.
second highest passive perception.
Let's take a shot.
It
Everybody
takes up
stays
and you
together.
begin to hear this.
Are
And it gets
working?
louder the longer you
No,
listen.
I don't tick a word.
But
It's
it's-
not. I don't.
Like a pre-clap.
Hands
hands
and
are
the
smooth.
rest of the next time.
I have 12.
Whoa, wait, no. Yeah, I think I have 12. God, I haven't looked at this.
Yeah, there's
Where
a
is your
fast
12.
clock going.
12. So as you guys are continuing talking, these two are already kind of deep in discussion about what is going on, what is happening, and you begin to hear this.
Do I recall last year?
Roll of history. It's been a year.
Great speech, Maw. Very good.
Great.
It sounds
Sorry,
vaguely familiar, and though you don't remember exactly the cause of the sound, there's a slow and yet looming sense of dread that accompanies it. This long, drawn out.
There's no clocks in this town. Oh.
And you,
How long has passed since we came from the campaign?
about 3 months so far.
Okay.
So I would have gone to Battelle and come back at least
You
once.
would have been, yeah, you would have been.
Thank God. I have my fucking weapon.
It's not gonna matter.
I know, but I want it to have it to use it. It's in my weapons list, and it's like, by the way, you don't have this.
Sorry.
You do have that. However, as you begin to look around and try to determine the source, you kind of scan the crowd, and as always, most people are staring towards Maw. They have their glasses outstretched, and as he finishes his story, they froze, and
It's
then
been
they
a
begin.
year since we know each other.
Slender.
We met at the last
They
festival.
begin
Oh.
sipping on their drinks,
Finally.
and it's
It's
you
been
first
4
that catches
months.
the first
Yeah, for you.
glimmer.
Oh.
Get
This
your
faint
sip on.
glow of a pearlescent white coat that kind of billows in the unseen winds. And as it does, you zero in on it and you see a man with hair pulled back. He has like a shit-eating grin on his face. He's holding a goblet that it looks like he took off the table as well. And he kind of throws it up and he begins drinking it as well, along with you. You see this long sort of chain connecting to a book that looks all too familiar in your vision. So, as you guys continue, I have to rest real quick, so you guys continue.
For if it matters or not, everybody gets 5 plus my level, which is 6. So everybody gets 11 temporary hit points.
That's very useful. Thank you.
And that is why people listen when I drone off.
I was just resting my eyes.
I totally forgot. We level up, so that means I get to add.
So you said 11 TP?
Yes.
That's the worst. I realized that I.
So you have to add my charisma modifier to my attacks now.
Nice.
I totally forgot.
What's the worst?
Was that I found out that I already added my hit points on, and they're sad. Yeah, I think you were right. I think I did really well, like a 3 or something like
Dude,
that.
I'm gonna deal so much fucking damage when I hit things now. I'm so excited.
I do that.
Well, I do that.
What is happening? What are you guys doing?
Once we finish, everybody gains prosting and eating,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to slide over to my comrades. Ideally at the same table, I assume.
As well.
As
That they're all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a safe assumption.
And I believe the last time we heard this ticking was not necessarily last year, but during the last Harvest Festival.
Yeah, it's a year ago.
Halloween.
The Frozen Moon Festival?
No, not the Frozen Moon Festival. Halloween Festival.
No.
What did we do?
We didn't. That was the year before. Shit.
Yeah. No, the last time we
Everybody
heard this was a
died.
year ago. And there's a gentleman there in a white coat.
That's when we all met.
He looks familiar. He's a chain.
You turn your head to try to see what he is talking about, and yeah, very well. Everyone
Very
around him,
obvious.
everyone around him looks to be in this standard sort of peasant garb, these tans and faded whites, blacks even, clothing, and they eat around him, seemingly unaware of his presence. As they begin to eat, he even converses with them. His hair is all pulled back. He has like this sort of like pristine, creepily pristine skin. He has this long white coat on that's very ornate, silver ingrain. These gold sort of like filaments that go through it, just for no reason it seems. And he talks and he laughs and he clamors these sort of drinks together and knocks them back, and he's laughing with people. Occasionally he'll pull out his book and look at it and then put it back and then continue eating. He's like shoving his face with everything he can get his hands on.
And nobody's even acknowledging that he's there.
They're talking to him.
Oh, they are?
They just don't seem off-put by him at all.
Is he one of the new guys from one of the other towns?
No, he's what did he do to our last one? He shows up and he does stuff. Like magic stuff.
Real magic stuff.
He froze time around us.
No, as a matter of
Last
fact,
year.
I think we're the new ones that remember that.
Yeah, he froze time around us last year. And
Oh!
teleported us.
Right. He
And
made.
said that we weren't his first choice, but we have to do. Also, he didn't seem to care at all.
Oh,
Which I'm
guys,
familiar with.
enjoy your meal.
Oh, really?
It may be our last, and I will approach him.
Okay.
All right.
As
I
you
will enjoy my meal.
as you
I'll walk
continue,
right up to him. Yeah.
continue to eat, the two of you kind of maneuver around, and he's like laughing and joking, and you enter almost mid sentence as these people are kind of talking, and he's like, "Yeah, my harvest was so bad last year," and they're like, "Oh yeah, we know, it happens," and he's just like, "Oh no, it's the worst. Like nothing went right. Like 70 people died. I mean, plants died. It was a whole thing. It was a whole." Hello. Please stand by. My friends have joined us, and as he turns to you, there's a deafening as time stops.
I don't think I met him. I don't
No,
think
I
he
don't
showed
think
up last Frozen Festival was just like a festival.
As his
Oh,
head
you're
moves
right.
towards
It
you,
was.
I don't know this guy.
there's
Yeah,
this
it's two
lurching
versions.
effect
Yeah.
as everyone slowly
Wow.
comes to a stop. Goblets mid-slosh, food mid-bite.
This happened before.
Everyone has stopped, and even
like
Tam
it then,
and Lucrezia, you witness this as everything stops moving.
fire.
The fire stops, everything stops. Sound is gone. It just dissipates into this thing, and he stares at you, and he's just like,
What was
"Hey,
this?
Hello, sir.
hey guys, how you guys doing today?"
Do we fight?
Good. We liberated a town.
A bit worse.
I saw.
There was an evil church, kind of.
I'm gonna get my hammer out.
Silly.
Is
That's very silly.
there anything we can do to help you?
Absolutely. It's funny that you ask because I am here to seek your assistance. And he kind of stands up, and for a moment, how tall is your character?
Not tall enough. Man, I don't remember. 5'8".
5'8". As he stands up, you swear for a moment that his height changes and he becomes 5'9". Just slightly, just a little bit, as his eyes kind of slowly cant down towards you. He stands up and he stretches. Oh, it was good. Oh, it was really good. Oh, I'm so glad that I found you guys. Where is your other?
Well,
Witch.
You
sir, one of them
had a
died.
witch.
We have
Oh,
no,
okay.
things happened.
Uh-huh.
One of them died.
Oh.
And the other one
In a
retired.
boat.
Did
Kind of. It wasn't a boat.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
you
a,
did.
it was an
Maybe.
animal. And then there was the other one, and no, hold on. They said she got pregnant with purpose.
She retired.
I'll read about that later. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll Google it. It's fine. So I'm so glad I found you guys. It's a crazy happenstance that we encountered each other again. So soon, actually. In fact, after the last time, it's like been like a couple days, 2 days, 3 days.
Year?
2 years?
2 years.
Oh,
Year to
wow.
the day.
No,
2
no, wait.
years.
So
2 years. Last year was just a festival.
I don't know who this guy is.
He showed up at the end of it.
So who do you have now? Tell me you have more than just 2.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We could be potentially ruined. And there's only 2.
No,
there's 2 others. The
Can
young
you
lady
bring
with a
them?
hammer.
Tam!
Are we not here? I thought you were at the Tin Table.
No,
They moved away.
We walked
from
over
you.
to him. He's in the
Okay.
crowd.
Lou.
But you were still moving.
I have my hammer at home.
Put it away.
I just grabbed my goblet.
Why?
It's not gonna help.
Tam, no!
Well, it's not gonna help against him.
Tam, no!
Put it away.
Wait, why are we fighting?
We're not fighting you at all, sir.
When did we fight you? That would be a mistake.
I'm Nicholas. Nice to meet
agree.
you all. I will probably give you a different name by the end of this, but that's also okay. Because sometimes I forget all the things that are important about what makes me me. And that happens. But it's good to see other fragments with me. So, welcome to this adventure that you all have no choice in participating in. But
What?
it's illusion of choice. So I need your assistance. I'm going to be frank with you because never in my life lives with. Is there a plural? Is there a higher plural than multiple?
No.
What?
Livens?
Livens.
Done did livens. And all the livens that I've done, I have never seen an issue of this magnitude. And I'm afraid, fear strikes me, that you might all horribly die. But I have a counter. Don't worry, I have plans in place. Probably, at least one of you does. That I need your assistance in. Would you be willing to assist me?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't want to die.
Yes.
No, it's fine. We don't have a choice.
Shake your head this way.
So is he Frank or is he Nick?
Nicholas.
Yes.
Nicholas is my name, allegedly. So if you have any questions for me, I need you all to prepare in any way that you need, shape,
I'm
or
ready.
form.
What
To
does that
battle.
mean?
In for a penny, in for a pounding.
I need your assistance in defeating an ancient evil.
Okay.
How ancient? He's older than I am.
Perhaps how
But-
evil.
Huh?
How evil.
How evil?
Pretty
We'll go
close.
with birth, origin evil.
Okay.
Oh.
Second question. How long is the not happening going to
Are we
happen?
going to remember any of this?
You
Yes,
certainly
we
will.
remember all of it.
And you
Nobody
know what?
else
I'm going
does.
to apologize in advance because it might be harrowing.
How long is the not happening going to be happening?
This
Yes. To stop.
until we leave.
Mm,
You want to leave them a note? Most of them are.
They won't even realize
No.
What? Wait, they won't realize what?
that you were gone.
Question. I was having that chain dagger enchanted, and it says it was enchanted for more accuracy.
+1 day. Correct.
Thank you. So +1 to hit?
Correct.
Thank you.
Well, I'm curious. I would like to bring a tool with us that I think might help, but it's kind of indisposed at this particular moment in time. But if it stays not moving,
I intend on providing you with everything you need.
then
I have boons to give out.
I'm ready.
I found them on the side of the road. Most of them.
I like boons.
They're good. You'll like them.
I'm gonna regret not
Wow.
bringing that spear.
There was a
You,
spear.
I don't think you'll need it.
I think it's doing better here.
And that's.
I have one of these. I'm holding my tomahawk.
No,
It
Yeah.
explodes.
most likely. Actually, I'm not entirely convinced it can deal damage to the creature. But that's fine.
Okay, what is it that
Those
we're
bones.
facing? What does it look like? What have you seen that hurts it? We need more information.
So the last time I saw it, it was ravaging most. Okay, how far do you know out? Because like when we go.
Oh, is it
like,
big and makes a loud sound?
Kind of. Well, no, because there's no sound in space, so it's kind of. It doesn't really.
We
Make
saw something big and makes a loud sound walking around down here.
What is this? Yeah.
Space is that. He like points to
That's
the
a
area
sky.
above us.
Sky.
This is all space.
It's the area beyond the blue sky.
The
Oh, it's the sky
stars.
above the sky. I've been
Correct.
through that. It's fine.
So this thing, last time I encountered it, it was destroying whole
You just go up in there.
Yeah.
whole
Well, portal.
prunes with a wave of a hand. Oh, if that counts as a hand. I don't really know.
Wait, can we get back onto the thing that might kill us first?
Go ahead.
What does it do?
Well, it gets mad,
Okay.
and it swings its many appendages.
Okay. Many
And you're
arms.
convinced we can do something.
Nope.
Well, why are we doing
Not even convinced I can do something. But together, we will figure this out because the other alternative is destruction.
Fair enough.
So defend it or lose it.
Yeah.
So I don't mean like Baron's gonna die or like Alabra's gonna die. I mean like it might just cleave Prune in half, probably. Most likely.
Oh,
Okay.
cheers.
So you've seen something people attack it? Or you...
Not usually. I mean, you can't even reach it half the time.
But we can reach it.
So what I need your assistance in doing is killing it,
Yes.
if that's possible. Not entirely, if that's
Okay.
possible. Or imprisoning it because
Imprisoning.
he has no watch.
Okay.
In a moment or two, it will break free of its constraints.
How did you restrain it?
Well, I built a very complicated prison that is multiple layers of magical energy that ultimately sprung life from it, which is awkward. And then it's going to explode in about 8 minutes from now.
Oh.
Then we should
Because
probably say yes.
Yeah.
Some things happened, some other things. It was a long series of very bad choices on some people's parts. But then it's gonna noodle its way out, and when it does, all like 8 billion of them will die, which is fine, most likely. But then we're gonna have to deal with its consequences shortly thereafter.
Then let's go. If it's constrained, we might have a chance.
Yeah, we can't reach it from here.
Oh.
We have to wait for it to get here. But really, in reality, what I need from you is I need you to buy me time to fix the prison.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's a different story. Yeah, we can buy time.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Yeah.
Until somebody gets upset and shoots the face.
Excellent. As he's talking, you two have experienced this sensation before. The world around you is slowly changing. And as he's continuing to go on his tirade about just this whole explanation, the world is just slowly shifting. And from where you are standing currently, amongst friends and newly acquired comrades, you drink lastly of your goblets as the entire floor slowly shifts from this earthen terrain to alabaster and jade stone.
Oh shit.
Suddenly, the floor beneath you is hard and like smooth surface, and the sky above you looks way closer. It looks far purer than it has before. No clouds in sight, just these twinkling of stars as you seem impossibly high up. As you find yourselves on a very strange and alien circular tower top.
My
Go ahead
favorite
and-
way of doing anything.
So as he's standing there, he's like,
I don't mind it.
as he's kind of like going on, he's like, all right. So as you can see, and then suddenly when the illusion shatters, when the transportation, you are just buffeted by cruel and unforgiving winds as they whip about you and suddenly make all communication impossible. As his long-winded speech suddenly goes,
I can't. What?
and just
Ah.
just wind blowing through, and he's like,
I didn't even get any potatoes.
and this bubble engulfs the tower for a moment. As you find yourself on the top of an ancient alabaster structure, standing high enough in the sky to pierce the clouds as small rolling ones just kind of cascade over your feet and go by.
Whoa.
I was gonna eat lamb.
From up here, the
Don't worry,
howling
it'll be
winds
there when we get
whip
back.
in and around each of you.
Yeah.
The standing surface
We never
seems
left.
sun-bleached and far older than
Probably.
anything you've seen, weathered standing centuries of time. And all around this open face are the remnants of once great arches, as you can see the four pillars.
Mhm.
These archways that once cascaded over top now have long crumbled and left debris kind of scattered around the floor. One monolith still stands the testament of time itself, faint cracks appearing over its surface. It stands poised, however, to collapse soon. The epicenter of this massive sloping platform appears a destroyed machination, the skeleton of which its innards lie scattered all the way to one side and kind of spilling over the edge. Its determinant person is completely alien to you. You have a slight better chance of just determining what it is. Some of the large pieces seem to make up a great focusing iris, this glass and miraculously crafted glass lens that seems kind of shattered and kind of like warped now from time. seems to be sloping over one of the tower's edges. And below, even from so high up, you can hear the loud sounds of waves battering against vacant shores of this smallish island that you can kind of see glimpses of as you look over the edges of this massive tower. And occasionally the small prevailing winds kind of drown everything out for a moment. And above you, spare clouds that just kind of vanish into the infinite expanse of stars above. A sea unto itself. Standing tall in the sky, illumined, surrounded by a brilliant halo cast off its icy surface, lies the moon. The standing azure moon. This hunk of rock glows in the cold night as you breathe out this smoke that billows out from you. And you find yourself standing on an alien tower. As you see the strange individual begin to. He pulls out his book. He opens it up. He flips through the pages very quickly, sets it down, and it just hovers in place as he brings both of his hands up and begins kind of like concentrating. And he's like, "All right, let's do this."
Okay.
All right. The travel time.
Yeah.
It'll be here in like 6 minutes from now. It broke out, but we haven't seen it yet. You'll see it's kind of gonna be. It's not gonna be as magnificent from down here. We can't really. When it happens, though, we'll see like 6 minutes later. So if you need to battle positions, I think I should do that shit now. I think I'm forgetting something important. Anyway, so while you guys do that, I'm
gonna get my chain and dagger out. I'm gonna go.
Then he disappears. All right.
Flash, 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 flash. Put me there.
Can you shoot something far away?
No!
You have like a...
No! Oh, I do have a short bow.
Do you want
No.
to hide then?
I have a great short bow. It's not gonna help.
You won't get sneak attack?
Oh, I guess I will. Yeah, I can try to hit it. Actually, put me over here. I'm gonna make my way that way. It's 6 minutes.
I mean, I'll just be wherever it's going to be close.
We have everything.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
His even crushes us right off the roof.
Yeah, just TPK right off the bat.
Yeah.
Just,
It's just from us, it landing on us.
it's like a meteor. It just goes, we're all dead. And he
We
goes,
wake up
"Ooh,
the feast,
sorry, Rez."
screaming.
And then the feast stops again. He comes back and he's like, whoa, that was, come on.
Sorry,
He
guys.
kicks a
Try
6 minute back. Okay, so he's gonna show up in.
Yeah, sorry, I should have told you where I think it's
No, he's on
Whoa.
this, then we'll be on this side, getting an explanation from an identical guy who's giving identical us this information over here. And he's like, just watch 7 and see what happens. It's going to end terribly.
So,
Paradox.
what are you guys doing?
We have
did that.
positions.
position.
You position yourselves.
Yeah.
Excellent. What do you guys?
Don't laugh when you say that.
Yeah.
Well, what are you guys doing?
I am going.
She's just
to
kind of hanging out.
Draw my scimitar,
Okay.
ready my shield, and prep. If it spawns within my area,
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it with sting.
Okay.
I'm readying my short bow
Okay.
with a bow, with an arrow onto it.
As you're all kind of like standing there, he's just like,
Can I actually? I would like to hide and shoot my gun off.
Get up and move yourself. You're closer now.
is anybody standing next to him? Oh.
No, we moved
You're
a bit
kind
away.
of as you're standing there, you see him kind of like, he snaps his finger very animately for a moment. He's like, that's what it was. That's what it was.
What?
Boons. You guys need boons, right? You guys
Oh,
need,
yeah, you said something about that.
Yeah. Your guys' weapons are cute, but they're not going to do any damage. So
Oh.
let's go ahead and help you guys. Huh?
Why won't they do damage?
They're literally not strong enough to pierce its hide. Amen. So as you begin sitting there, he puts his hands up, and as he does, he begins channeling, and he casts Create Greater Artifact. I'm sorry, Mass Create Greater Artifact.
Oh.
Tight.
And he begins
Of
to...
course.
He begins to...
Oh, I get Vecna's eyeball.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
You should start tearing yours out.
And as he does, you notice these things begin to materialize in front of him. 2 rapiers. And they look normal at first, and then this sort of chest plate appears. And as it begins to appear, he begins to continually mutter, and you notice more than one voice begins to kind of intercede as suddenly there's a plethora of different languages, some of which you understand and some of which you don't, as he begins kind of like preaching through this this whole sort of ensemble spell casting. And then soon another one lights up, and more weapons and armor just to begin to appear out of nowhere as he's just kind of holding it in position in place, and he continually chants. At which point, he begins handing out magical armor.
He begins handing out.
He, the
And
god.
I warn you all now that you only get the benefits of this armor and weapons while wearing said piece of equipment, as he hands Tam. So suddenly you watch as he hands this breastplate and 2 scimitars to Tam. They float across the way, and as it does, Tam receives this hat that seems normal at first, a large, wide brim, flat hat, and as he puts it on, this magnificent pearl white chest plate appears just over top of him. And as it hangs, you notice that it's not built for his frame and body. It's just like a large circle that's just kind of like clanging very awkwardly around. And in one hand, he wields a scimitar that illuminates in this brilliant sort of like, it almost looks like a burnt end, right? Like it has this very vibrant red tip that kind of goes into this amber color all the way down to this very ornate wrapping around the handle. And then the other one seems light and silvery almost, and as he waves it through the air, you see this trail of icing. Ooh. And he's just kind of standing there.
I can't even see your
He looks super confused for a minute, and you notice the faint creep of a smile in Nicholas's mouth. At which point he begins to focus on you.
Okay.
And as he does,
He has a sack of tricks.
you notice a gown up here, along with a very large hat.
Do they have things in there? No.
Yes.
They are?
Yes. Yes. Well, it doesn't. It's it doesn't.
Okay.
Oh no, I guess it is backwards. Yeah,
So
as
As a half elf, she's got it on right.
turn around.
As she puts this this hat on, you notice that the hat kind of takes, like, in her ears suddenly become impossibly long. these dramatic points. Her hat seems to be striped, and then this long gown appears with like these white mittens that don't allow for dexterity at all, and these big sort of pointed boots that pop out of nowhere. And as she did, this giant mallet just into her hands, iron banded, but it looks like a little tinkerer's hammer that's just been blown up to way too big. At which point there's a sorry. At which point he begins to manifest another set. This wooden bow begins to kind of form in the air. This beautiful fur-lined hat.
Sorry.
OG.
Can you hand this to
Yeah.
Benjamin, please? And as Theta kind of gets this hat, he removes his beanie for a moment, plops it on, seeing everyone else's armor suddenly change and weapons become something new, and he pops it on, and just this beard comes out of nowhere, hanging off his form, and he has these long reddish sleeves and this gown that just kind of like touches the floor, and he's holding a bow in one hand and in a very ridiculously sharpened candy cane. He's kind of standing there. And then finally, you see Nicholas begin to kind of move his hands over to Ma, and as he does, he creates these massive antlers.
Here, it looks fine.
Can you hand this to Ma, please?
Right now, there's gonna be a bunch of fucking fangirls. Fucking drawing a sexy half elf with antlers.
Yes.
It's just you drawing. You're my fan of myself.
So Ma takes these antlers as sort of like ringed, and as he places them on, the band vanishes, and suddenly you just have these 2 antlers growing out of your head, and then your nose gets brighter for a minute, and then your whole body just slowly becomes like furring as you are rocking a onesie that is brown with a white tummy and a nice little pointed tail, and you're holding what appears to be like a sled ski that's been sharpened, and it's lighter than air, but it's huge and long, and you're just like, and it's just light to the touch, and you just see him going. No, seriously. These are boons. Oh god. Anyway,
I'm rusty the fucking stove.
you still got a couple minutes left. So prep is needed. I'm gonna cast a spell on myself. Unfortunately, I can't get all of you, so he begins casting Globe of Invulnerability around himself. He's like, this is not personal. I swear, it's not personal. I just, I'm really worried about getting punched in the face. And this sort of shimmering dome.
Are you gonna be here the whole time?
Yes, I have to be casting the spell, and I picked the spot because it's the highest point in all of room.
Oh, where is this spot?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the lost city of. Hey! No one's found this for a while. You can't know that.
Oh.
Don't look around and find out
But-
for yourself.
Technically, we found it now.
I would like to.
Yeah.
Have I heard a legend about any lost city before?
Hey, this is one of the oldest city of this and any age.
That was for the DM.
No, I know, but he responds anyway.
Because they are one in the same.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you that this is the entrance of heaven, but I mean, damn, you can't know that, and you can't know that the rest of the city is around us either.
Magical access to Tristan is what?
I'm not telling you
Fair.
nothing about nothing. I'm literally going to give you guys 6 minutes to prepare.
What? That's why we don't know.
Because we need to be able to fucking update our shit.
Because in 6 minutes you're probably going to get murdered.
Is it just gonna fall on us and crush us? Alright, well I guess I won't use my gun then. Okay.
At which point he's just kind of like hanging out, looking around.
Pretend like I'm not doing that.
I'm pretending away.
The addition to this dagger is stupid.
Well, because like
Everything else does something that I
Yeah,
have, and
they all
in addition, the dagger tastes delicious.
but it does because nothing under +3 doesn't hurt the creature at all.
Oh, gotcha.
Zero
Is this is it a D10 or a D8?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
same thing.
Same as a normal one, unless it specifies. Some
Yeah.
of them are oversized.
Because it's a warhammer, does it count as a tensai weapon? So it's
Yes.
technically magical and stuff? Okay.
It's already magical, but
Cool.
yes, it still counts as your thing.
Excellent. Can't
It's
see it.
extra
It's regular.
magical. So go ahead and review your things. Timer is on. What would you guys like to do, by the way, while you're standing there on top of this tower? Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I don't have anything that can help me at all. Oh my god! You said the floor is made out of alabaster. What's it look like?
It's like a whitish sort of green tinted stone, and occasionally it's interspersed with a more greenish marbling green and white stone.
What's
That
the
seems-
condition?
The condition is relatively, for the top of this, it's sun-baked, but for the most part, most of it's in good condition. It's the archways that have crumbled due to their height and sort
Is it damaged anyway?
Yeah, there's plenty of damage done.
Yeah? I would like to try and pry up a piece with my dagger.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I'd like to do.
I wouldn't even say it requires a check.
Okay.
You can just walk over to a piece that's been sort of broken off from
Lovely, yeah.
and you just scoop it up.
Okay. Yeah, just a size piece.
Why did we need the book yet? Because I feel like I need the book already.
You might need to look
What do
already.
you need to look already for?
A spell?
Oh, well, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Some of them give you spell-like effects. Some
I have none of those things.
You have a 5 times jump modifier.
I do.
So I don't know if
It's
that
delightful.
Why did he get
You
that?
might
It's a
wanna look
fucking
up-
And a
deer.
fall resist.
Because he's a deer. What else can Rudolph do besides jump?
Oh, wait, I'm not a deer.
No, he is.
Ma is in a onesie right now, just kind of standing there looking real awkward.
I would
And
love it.
occasionally, every time that Nicholas looks over, he goes.
I would love it if his tail, like, on his onesie sometimes wiggled.
Sometimes it does. When he's feeling particularly in a good mood, it
Does
does.
that ever happen, Mo?
Not today.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not Rosebud?
Yeah,
So
come on.
Just kind of, you just notice like Avon's like stretching. Xanax. Sounds useless. Stretch out. Stretch it out.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
So, what are you guys doing?
My AC is 21 though.
Mine is now respectable.
I wasn't sure how high it would be on everybody.
18.
Nice.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. He would have to roll a natural one in this. You.
Yeah.
And you. And everybody. But I tried to help as much as I could. Don't worry, it gets silly from here. So, I mean, the timer keeps going down. What
Well,
are
I
you
don't
guys
know
doing?
what's the plan.
I mean,
Nothing
you're on
much
top
shows
of
up
you're
bragging.
on top of the tower.
Oh wait, are the winds gonna be?
You just want to look for things, not look for things.
Yeah, I'd like to go
Well,
around
yeah,
and
I'd
take
like to
a
look
take a look at the place.
Yeah.
I'm very
I'll look
curious.
wherever I am.
I'm going to stand where I'm at.
I'm just gonna stand there.
I'm going to
stalwart,
prepare
just, like,
myself mentally
mentally.
for
Okay.
this.
So, looking around the giant sort of top of this tower, you notice that there are archways that collapse. And as you begin to walk around some of those pillars, you actually notice that there are levers on each one of them. Levers. And though some of the tops of these archways have been collapsed, the levers seem to be in good working order. As you look over the side, you see below, you see that for one thing, this tower is impossibly tall. It seems to extend forever. It's like looking down a mountain slope.
If we
As you
look,
begin to you get this vertigo sense for a moment that, oh!
if we look out, what do we see?
The ocean.
Just ocean. Is there anything in the distance or any light anywhere?
But as you look down, you see surrounding this structure lies a destroyed city. Overgrown archways of alabaster and jade stone speckle the ground below, long overgrown by deep green vegetation that occasionally betrays a glimmer of obsidian beneath. In places, you can see that once there were these luxurious dark stained glass archways that would act as awnings between these buildings, now have been sort of eaten away over time. The roofs of most of the buildings seem to be missing below entirely. The husks of warped stone remain below you. But the island itself, you find yourself standing on the island, seems relatively small, at least from this perspective. It seems kind of diminutive. However, all around you seem to be in the ocean. You're on
Mom,
an
do I take
island
this
in the
place over next?
I mean, it's an empty place.
Maybe.
You notice that as long as Homeboy's keeping the bubble around, you can speak.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to take a little bit of time to look around to see if I could figure out where we are, but then now I'll look around at I want to play with the lever next to me.
What do these levers do?
Well, I don't know.
Did you pull on?
I'll pull one of these.
As you guys pull on the levers, there's a moment where all of you feel listless for a moment, and you begin to float into the air relatively quickly,
Wow. Uh-oh.
and you hover about 20 feet off the ground.
Do we stop at some point, or do we?
Yeah, you're just kind of hovering there, about 20 feet off the ground. You notice Nicholas is just standing there going,
Oh no. I'm gonna play with another.
So all of us, or just the people that flicker,
everyone, the whole platform. Everything on the platform seems to flow upwards.
except for Nick.
Can
He's just standing there.
I go over here and play with that one?
Well, you have to deactivate the one you're currently on.
Oh, you can't just play with them all at the same time.
I mean, you could. You're currently all under the effects of the levitate spell. So you have to find a way to maneuver to get to it.
Can I push myself? Can I push myself off that one and push that one?
And try to get to the other one?
I
So
will
you
do
get
that.
to the other lever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
You pull it, and everyone slowly descends back down.
Oh, I can jump 70 feet.
You're jumping to the moon!
And as you
How big is this
kinda-
area across?
This is to scale.
That
So
doesn't.
it's 100 and something feet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow, I can move 45 feet now.
25?
It's 125, yeah, across. So with that being said, you moved here to turn this lever, which drops everybody back to the ground,
You can almost get
which is
across.
coming into play because as you are all kind of messing around, you notice that the sky begins to darken considerably. And as you're kind of as you see her through the air, and then she grabs the thing and twerks the handle down, everyone begins to slowly descend from the sky. And you notice that Nicholas is kind of standing upwards. He has his hand over a book that's floating, and he's just kind of waiting very patiently as this thing begins to encompass the sky itself. And as you all begin to look up, you need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah! Wisdom.
Move this over. Is this the dice I want to use?
Nice. 19.
Okay,
20.
20. 1.
What? You
9. Suddenly, you all feel
Well, 2.
weak.
But it's a
There's a moment where everything that's inside of you wants to come out of you, and your body feels like
Just
jello.
me, too.
There is a weakness that inherently comes as the thing envelops the sky itself. There is no horizon. There is no further out. The sky is now a writhing mass of eyes,
Oh, that's
teeth,
how.
tentacles,
That's a
wetness, just
Wetness.
dripping onto the ground itself. Just this sizzling sort of just like loud noise, and as it begins to get closer, it heats up the atmosphere around it as it tries to enter just this massive form. And you see Nick standing there as you all begin to and begin to kind of like fall and just get weak, and he's standing there and he's. That's what I was fucking forgetting. Sorry. And he just puts his hands out and he's like, and he casts a glamour over each of you that envelops your face. And as it does, the creature comes back into focus, far less terrifying than it did before.
Dun dun dun.
I'm gonna put it in front of the camera first. Wait. Bada!
Oh no, is Maul gonna get crushed out?
Katamari Damachi.
So suddenly, as your faculty,
Hachi, right?
huh? I don't know what that thing is.
It's from Overwatch.
Well, it's great.
Yeah.
But as you all begin to kind
I
of
can't remember what it's called.
slowly feel your minds liquefying inside of your skulls at a creature that's beyond time and ancient in its ways and size, you suddenly snap to for a minute, and you no longer see the sky-spanning monstrosity, but instead see this like tiny little monster.
Pakimari.
Huh?
Pakimari.
Pakimari
See?
with this like smiling face and googly
Yeah.
eyes, and its tentacles seem almost like cartoony in nature as it's just floating there, and you just see. I can't do it. He's gonna be so mad at me. Whatever. Anyway, and this massive monstrosity appears before you.
Channel your spells, Nicholas. We'll handle this.
Yeah. He puts his hands up, and you notice he puts his hands up, but he puts both hands together, almost like a targeting reticle, and he points at a point in space that now you can see where once was a brilliant, glowing light has gone out, and he just kind of puts his hands there, and then he closes his eyes and begins to focus. I need everybody to roll initiative,
Okay.
or as I like to call it, ridiculous initiative.
He put his pocket.
Oh. Okay. Oh goodness. I don't know.
You're going to be using our giveaway.
Ooh, giveaway dice.
So,
Not
if you are the 10th subscriber or the 200 followers, you get dice and some other things that we will not divulge here.
And a ring pop. Maybe not a ring pop.
How tall?
Probably
You
not.
might be able to get the dice that kill us today.
Oh, he has no dex mod, so you're fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah. All's good with the world. Go ahead and put that as ridiculous as stats. All right.
Katamari Damachi.
25 to 20. Negacito.
Good start.
When you get below 10,
Um,
let me know.
15 to 20.
15.
Mod to 15. Unfortunately, so is the monster.
Good. I said we would handle this.
All right.
We will handle it.
All right. 10 to 15.
12.
Okay, good.
Well. Okay.
Oh, 10.
12 and.
What?
Our
10,
rogue.
10,
Our deck strong
5.
people.
Yeah.
12,
I rolled a
10,
6.
Roll a 7.
And 5. Okay. With that being said, we go ahead and start the top of the round. Ma, you are up, sir.
All right.
What are you doing?
Oh, you're gonna let him go first before the monster does? That's so kind of you.
I know, right?
Let me go ahead and double check this monster's abilities because they're so as you see this creature, though, however, even in its silliest form, you notice that the first thing that strikes you is it appears as though its outer body, while being like this rubbery hide of a thing, appears to be is reddish in color.
Very red.
Yeah. Okay.
Like him?
All right. I'm using my bonus action
Mm-hmm.
to activate the dark red aura.
Okay. And so suddenly his body begins to glow with this vibrant shade of red that almost like seems menacing for a moment before turning like lightly colored.
And then we're going to fly up to
Okay.
space.
Fly up.
You can fucking land for the
Right
bullets.
around.
No! Fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Ah,
Reindeer.
that's right.
He can fly.
I forgot how
And then I'm going to cast
Fucking Frosty
Sting.
the Snowman.
You can sting. Go ahead and make your attack roll, please.
that is 20 to hit.
20 to hit. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage, sir.
Does it suffer weakness?
It does not.
All right.
It is immune to poison.
Shit.
Then it will be It's 11.
11 magical damage.
Yes.
Okay, so as you fly up to it dramatically, your hands begin to glow this sort of bluish color, which combining with the red becomes this purple streak like comet through the air. And as you do, you bring the hand up dramatically in front of its face, and this arcane sort of spiral appears almost in the form of a bee stinger, and it strikes straight into the thing's flesh. And as it does, you notice it. Okay, that is the end of your turn. It is now the creature's turn.
Yeah.
So now the creature's turn.
Oh, don't headbutt me.
Oh, there's a
It
lot
just
of
goes
things
like.
that are about to happen.
Yeah.
So first off, the first thing that happens is 4 of its tentacles choose a direction.
Oh, Ma. But is that grow?
I'm in the air, but it still hit me.
Is that heavy? No.
They are targeting all of it. However, they don't go off right now.
Oh, good.
Is there like a light on the ground that we have to like?
More like you see them begin to
Dodge
march
straight
upwards,
Yeah, you see them.
and they seem to like gather like strength, like they begin to like become more
Flex.
rigid, and then like it's gonna come down. So
Oh, okay.
okay, so the first one is then, so they're gonna go off.
Oh, trash cans.
Ooh. Okay. Excellent. So as that happens, though, it's going to take its 4 attacks. The first attack is going towards Nicholas. The second one is going to go towards Ma. The third one is going to go towards Lucrezia, and the fourth one is going to go towards Tam. So we will start with Nicholas. That definitely hits. The next one goes to Lucrezia. That's going to hit. Unfortunately. What's your armor class?
20.
Okay, 18 plus 19. Is that hit? Next one's going to be you.
37. 18 plus 19.
Natural 1. He misses you.
They're just sitting there like this.
Oh, did you take
You,
your
sir?
gauntlet?
18 plus 19 to hit.
19 plus 9.
So the two of you get hit. The third one hits
Oh,
Avon.
Sharon, I'm scared.
Hey, you got plus 11 temporary.
Yeah.
Thank
let's go.
you. Yes.
I was
What are you looking for?
It's not gonna matter.
More d6.
Oh,
More
Need
D6.
some? I got some.
I
No,
have.
everybody should have too many d6.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
I don't.
In
Don't
case
play
we all
rogues.
want to play rogues.
Well, I mean, you should have too many
Okay,
d6 because I gave everybody d6 for.
No.
I mean, you don't
Oh,
need
yeah.
that.
They're here somewhere.
No. You don't have 4.
All right, so the first one is going to be you.
Oh, no, I took a pool. I used them as enemy tokens.
24 points.
It makes
of
it-
lightning damage.
That's not bad.
The
I
second
mean,
one
it
is to
sucks,
you,
but it's
Sarah.
not bad.
No.
It wasn't a natural 20 plus 19.
So,
Wait, how many was it?
24.
Okay.
so 13 to your health. Yeah, you're already your
19
health. and
damage
you
to
use 13.
19.
So as you see,
My health
before
is
four of these tentacles begin to
And
kind
you
of
have
flex
one
in
more
position,
30.
another 4 just suddenly just slam the platform. The whole structure takes the hit. You notice one cascade right off the front of where you see Nicholas, and it smashes into the globe of invulnerability, and for a moment that shakes. Underneath the weight, the ground cracks beneath him as he's just kind of like focusing there for a minute, and you see him go,
We got it!
and then close his eyes again and continue focusing in a panic as these things just wrap over the ground. That is the end of its turn. It is now Lucrezia's turn.
So you see when I pulled that lever, the thing started to go down?
Yeah, your level.
Yeah, you just no. So for clarification, the levers, each lever does the same thing. You turn them up, it releases the gravity. You turn them off, it
Like an arrow.
goes back down. Yes.
But they're like light switches. So you have one on, and the other is now on as well, which makes it off.
Alright.
But you could probably just turn it off and on again.
Yeah.
Do the gravity.
Exactly.
Yeah, we would still. It
Alright.
is just an action to flip them.
Okay. Well. Go ahead and play. Okay.
Do it anyway.
Going to go over
Do, do, do.
and hit.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to. Alright. Oh. That's 17 hit.
17 just barely hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. That is 13.
And that is what? Melee, right? You're hitting
Yes.
with a hammer?
Yeah.
With the awesome hammer of awesomeness?
Yeah.
Okay. You said 18 points of damage?
Yeah.
Go ahead and mark that down.
It's 10 or half the damage for a concentration check.
Hmm.
Which isn't
Can I
or
bother
half.
punching him?
It's
No.
half the damage. So the DC is either half the damage or 10, whichever one's higher.
Okay, I'm still flying.
The fly from that ability is not required.
Oh, there!
Yeah, it's
So then I'm just
sort of
under
a super magical effect.
fly for 10 minutes.
Hashtag greater artifact.
Hashtag greater effect.
Let me know.
Okay. You said 18.
Yes.
So you jump or you begin running. Are you under the effect of levitate still, or did you? Well, you have your outfit gives you the ability to levitate.
But yes.
So yeah, so you begin running forward, and there's this moment where as you like begin to kind of hop, you just stop going towards the ground. You just begin flying towards it. Very awkwardly, just wait until you get within range very slowly, and then wham, you just slam it as hard as you can. You notice the thing begin to kind of lurch to one side for a minute as it takes the hit. Its whole body kind of like almost like an octopus. And as it takes the hit, you just begin spinning out of control.
No! It's like
And-
fucking Smash Brothers.
Well, your levitate doesn't allow you to land, so you have to find your own way too. You have to turn it on and off in order to land. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep floating around.
It's not an action turn off.
Yeah.
I wanna turn it off.
Okay, you fall. You begin falling. You don't like just eat shit,
And then
but
I
you
wanna,
have more than one attack.
yes, I wanna hit it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's cocked, unfortunately. Oh, that's a fuck
That's
you.
a
Could have been a 1.
13.
13 does not hit this time as you bring the weapon around.
Damn.
You swing it at the creature and it just, and you're like, ah, damn it.
That's it. I don't wanna punch it. I don't think I do anything.
Okay. That is the end of your turn, or do you want to do bonus action?
No.
Okay.
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because I don't, my bonus action would be to punch it.
Go ahead.
But I don't think it would do anything.
Or you could
You got magical fists.
Yeah,
I
but
do
it's not
have
plus
magic.
3.
Can't
So no, it won't do anything.
you also do
punch
those
it?
stamps that keeps you from getting.
That's after I.
Go ahead. Punch it.
Uh,
Punch away. If you're trying to get the bonus from that, you might as well, even if it deals no damage.
Punch
Yeah.
it.
Go ahead. Make your attack roll.
Hey!
18
That
plus
hits.
fucking 8.
Hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright.
Well, no one even bother. It does nothing. But you gain the benefits of your thing. Not a plus 3 attack.
Yeah, it doesn't do any damage.
It doesn't deal damage.
What do you mean
You're
though?
parried.
You're parrying.
Oh yeah, because I did that.
Because you did it on
Yeah.
strike.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
So yeah,
Good.
that works.
Parry
So
some
now
shit.
it's up.
Excelente. Despacito. All right, next up is, unfortunately, due to its slam attack now comes into play as all the tentacles slam down on the ground. I need everyone in the path of them to make a strength
Oh, I
saving.
moved.
Actually, I think it's dexterity.
Sweet, thank you.
I
Let me
have
double
fear
check.
now.
Huh?
I'm up there now, right?
Move yourself as necessary. The tentacle slam is, yes, dexterity saving throw.
17.
17.
It's a terrible roll.
15.
15. No success.
10.
I need more
But you're also in the air, aren't you?
more dice.
Yeah, we just bring it
Are you in the line of it?
Yeah, I didn't move you guys out of the way. I just put it right next to you. And I need Nicholas to make a dex save. That means obviously he'd be great.
How wide is the tentacle?
It is a 5 foot meaty strand.
Because
Me too.
I wasn't lying directly with Nick.
Were you not?
No.
Yeah,
it's-
I was right off to the side of it too last time.
Yeah, she moved.
She did move, so she doesn't have to worry about it.
You mean
That's the
but-
beauty of these.
From the
attacks,
beginning,
they
right?
Stay where
No,
they
from the
are.
beginning, I made
Well,
sure
unless
there's a
you
5
don't
foot
have a
gap
chance to
between Nick
move
and I.
further off.
And then
That's why it's random. It's not set.
Yeah, you were on the
So-
other side. So was I.
Here we go!
So if his tentacle's hitting me, then it would miss Nick.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that too. Because Nick's the one that's gonna make it out of this. He needs to.
I think he
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, if I get killed so hard, do I become Zogak?
I don't think you go
So
back into a
that's-
dead
you
body.
That is 40 points.
I'm dead.
Damage. Dead?
Wait, did you take away your?
That's it.
I'm good.
Oh no, I'm not dead. You're right. I have temporary hit points.
Yes.
Like-
What is yours?
I'm in
9.
9.
Mr. Tam?
I'm at 36.
So, with the sudden surprise as it comes down, just unsuspecting, 4 of these tentacles just boom, and just strike the platform immediately, knocking all of you away, and you take a ridiculous amount of damage, obviously. That is its thing. So that is the end of its thing. It is now Theda's turn.
Let me.
I'm at about half health.
I'm going to jump
Okay.
We should probably just use our turn.
across the entire stage towards Nick.
Hiya! Boing.
Oh,
Hey, you're a lion.
All these go.
Okay.
Stay there. So you
Yeah.
hop over to him.
Vertically.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to use him as cover.
Okay.
He's in a globe.
You're gonna stand behind him
Yeah.
in order to get the benefits.
Yeah,
of
he's
the
in
cover?
a globe.
Okay.
And then I'm going to lean out. I'm going to shoot my bow. I'm going to put twang in.
Is
Okay.
this making any noise by
I'm
the
going to
way?
make it an ice.
Is this making any noise?
The
It's
noise
just
that you
like-
can hear it.
Oh. It's not like, yeah, it's like
It's like a weird.
Hello, children. How are you? I've come to visit your planet and rest devastation on top of you. Hopefully you don't mind. Don't care if you do.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
18.
18 hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage. Are you doing the?
Ice arrow.
You doing ice arrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Which one go? That's this. Do I get sneak attack on him?
If we use the
Yes.
levitate thing and he slams his tentacles down, would that send him rocketing off in the sky?
That's what I was wondering.
Bye.
I need to know the sneak attack damage and the ice arrow.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah. Can do. Oh, nice. Ice arrow is 6.
Ice arrow is 6.
Yes. And then sneak attack is 13 on top of that,
Okay.
plus
Plus.
3 damage from the weapon. So if that's so, yeah.
Okay.
And your
Excellent.
stuff?
No,
As you-
sorry, 19 with everything.
Okay.
But then 21 with the plus 3,
Okay. Minus. Got it.
or
So,
22. 22
As
plus
you
3. Yeah,
as
22.
you reel back and you kind of like because you obviously as soon as you touch these weapons you understood how they work. You begin to pull back and this ice arrow begins to form in the bow and you're just like cool. And then you let it go and as it fires through you notice it hit and as it hit it just gets sucked into the creature's form. But you notice there's a sudden take as it seems to have eaten some of the damage and then taken some of the other one.
Can you add a +3 on that? Because I didn't add the damage to my attack roll from the hammer.
For your 18.
Yeah, whatever. I added to the attack, but I didn't add the damage.
Yeah.
So just a
6.
Because that's the way it usually goes.
6 for you. Okay. Next up is Tam.
The
I'm
jam.
gonna put my goblet down.
Okay. Sit that down very carefully. Gingerly.
Yeah. Pouring off the tower.
Well, I mean, with the winds and shit, probably.
I'm just gonna scream, I am the warrior. Act
Oh,
to the fate.
and as a bonus action, I'd like to try and hide behind Nick.
You can't hide the globe is transparent.
But he's a
But-
much bigger guy than I am.
He's
That's my
5'9". He's 5'9".
Yeah.
But yeah, you pop behind him, and then you do have cover from the front. You won't have cover from the saves, obviously. 'Cause
Yeah.
saves don't. You going up there?
But that's my immediate
I'm
reaction.
gonna
is
turn
he's
my
in-
legs into the ball.
So as you all watch, you see Tam begin
And
running,
I'm
and the
also
bottom plate suddenly begins to emit snow, and it begins to gather and get more and more intense, and suddenly his entire lower half is engulfed by a rolling ball. And it's just like,
I'm also gonna ignite the fire sword and the ice sword.
okay, so you ignite them
He
both.
just starts spinning.
Go ahead and make your attack, please.
Ba, 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 ba,
I'm gonna
ba,
make
ba.
the first one a maneuver attack.
Okay.
Because I'm supposed to.
A tune of fire and ice.
Ooh, no.
Ooh, that's good. That's a 27.
27 hits.
Second one
You're RDD.
is a 28.
Hits. You want to roll damage for both?
Third one is a 19.
19.
Do you want to switch to ninja?
Just a 19?
All 3 hits.
Scrub.
Go ahead and roll damage. So you're doing 2 fire, 1 ice, either way.
Yeah, 2 fire, 1 ice. So
Okay.
the first one.
Ooh, teriyaki.
Oh, that sucks.
Teriyaki. Squid.
So that's 10 fire damage. And
Okay.
then the ice is going to be 10 ice. And then the last fire damage is going to be 11 fire.
Okay. As you activate both, the bottom half begins to kind of chug like a little train, and you begin zipping way faster than ever before. The wind buffeting your face, you're like, oh! And you lose a little bit of control as you round the corner. Both weapons ignite into fire and ice respectively, and as you strike 2 times, whack, whack, you notice that both hits into the creature,
Oh no.
and you notice that its wounds begin to heal from the element.
Oh.
That is the end of your turn. It is the top of the round. It is Ma's turn.
Flying. I'm
Flying.
going to make my way around behind him.
Mm-hmm.
To his butthole.
Could be
So
flying him.
we
Into his
definitely on
butthole.
the exact opposite side. While I'm going
What's your
to
movement?
60 flying.
Okay.
I'm going to be clanging the scimitar against my shield to
Oh,
try
I
and
think
get
that
it
means.
to follow me
Okay.
with his eyes.
It is made out of those things. It has no directional necessity.
But I want to get as many of those eyes
Is
looking at me.
there
A lot of them, the ones you can't see due to the glamour, they're looking at you. They're staring at you real hard. They're looking right into that soul.
Good. Gross.
Okay.
And
what are you
then
doing?
I'll use the action to take dodge.
Okay, so you take the dodge action. That is the end of your turn. Next up is the monster's turn. It is going to head and prep its for slam attacks. Obviously, you get one because you're a senior.
And you get the butt one.
I do.
Another one is going to target.
Oh, we get the 2 for 1 in front.
It's true. He does get
I'm
it.
behind a globe of invulnerability, thank you.
It goes over.
It's gonna slam the back of you into the fucking.
Where did you?
It's gonna ping pong you into the globe.
Can you go this way?
It's not gonna hit. It's gonna hit. It's not gonna hit.
It's gonna be aiming at you. Yeah. I don't have it written. It's gonna ignore you actually. It's gonna put one here.
Getting 2.
You know what? Actually, you wanted its attention. So they're gonna overlap by 5 feet.
That's what I wanted.
Okay.
That big bro.
All right. Now you're gonna roll one.
Come out,
This off.
He's right now. He's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna go off the tower.
Oh, it's just Titan fight. Got it.
Okay.
I'm in the sky.
It is now Lou's turn. I'm just
I'm gonna fix this.
Should we break? Because I have to use the rest of them too.
It's 8.
It's a 9.
Not yet.
I'm gonna start it.
Also, what's up with y'all and your baby bladders?
I have a walnut size bladder. Okay. Hold on.
I've been drinking nothing but tea and coffee for the last 2
Nice. That is baller. Plus 8 is 12.
13, 14, 15. Plus 11.
15. I can hit.
Gents, lady,
What?
I think
want some s'more?
Yeah.
No,
maybe
thank you.
at break.
Andy wants it now. Okay. That doesn't hit.
Yes, 6, I'm gonna get coffee, go next to it.
12, 13, 14. Yeah, the drawer right behind you has skewers in it. On the right side, I think. Yeah.
This thing is massive. It's ridiculous.
Okay, what do you got?
15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to scoot over this way.
Go ahead and move yourself.
Out of the way of the tentacle.
It doesn't move, so you're good.
Okay, and then I would like to try to hit it again with the extra attack.
Go ahead.
Do it to it.
Okay, that is
Plus 11,
22.
22. Yeah.
22. That hits.
Okay. So 7, 8, 9, 7 plus 8. So that's
15.
15.
Is that
Okay.
plus your 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I want to try to punch it.
Okay. So go ahead.
Punch it!
Oh,
That's
wait.
cocked. You're lucky.
That
That's not
is.
great. Plus 11?
No,
19?
it's only plus 8, so 16.
16 does not hit.
Hmm.
So you run your hand right into it,
Fuck, I keep writing.
and you feel like a gross like silicon feeling, almost like a. And then as it begins to pull back, you feel this like
Coming with you.
Oh.
yeah, and there's like
Second.
this like stretch
Oh
of
my
just
God,
like goop.
Sorry.
There's just this stretch of goop coming off your fist as you're like,
I'd like to burn a key point, and I'll do a Fury of Blows. So I'll punch it a couple
okay,
of times. Okay. So I'm gonna burn my key.
burn it up.
I'm gonna do
Burn
Burn
it.
them keys. Burn
You don't
them
need it.
keys.
You don't need it.
Make a break.
Okay.
You. What you doing?
With melee. Okay, never mind. Alright, so I do it. That's a 7 plus 8. So
15.
15.
Does not hit.
Oh, it's just your fist?
Uh,
It's also
yeah,
15.
15.
Does not hit. Again, you just boom, boom,
and
and you feel this like
Jello.
as you hit it, you feel this like something brush over your skin, and then suddenly you get the impression that you're punching it in an eye. It's kind of like moved.
That you can't
You
see.
can't see it,
Okay, cool.
and you're like,
Slightly wet.
All right.
All right, that is the end of your turn. Then you're up.
All right. I'm going to leap the leap of kingdoms.
Okay.
Give me the laser pointer back. Stop stealing
I need it too.
Yeah, put it in the middle. I'm gonna leap to like here-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Okay.
And I'm actually, and I'm gonna go around to this pillar right here where the lever is.
Okay.
Just put myself right next to it. It's fine. And I'm gonna shoot it with another arrow.
Okay. Do you want to do ice arrow or normal
I'm
arrow?
gonna do normal arrow.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll. And let me know what the damage plus sneak attack is.
Fuck, I don't think that
Combined,
hits.
please.
No, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw my dagger.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Bonus action. Fuck that shit. You gonna hug Sweet Tooth?
Yeah. Plus 20.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
You fire it off, and then
Yeah, pretty much.
you see this candy cane arching through the air.
I can't see shit.
Dynasty 4, isn't it?
It is a D4, yes.
Sneak attack?
Yep.
Okay. Not great. 3 from the dagger itself, plus an additional 8 for sneak attack. Oh, I'm sorry. 6 from the dagger itself. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait,
Yeah.
my damage is plus 7. Right?
What's your dex?
4.
Okay, so 4 plus 3.
3. Okay, so, well, I've been doing damage wrong, but who cares? I always fuck that up. So yeah, so 10 damage from the dagger, and then an additional 6 damage from, or 8 damage, sorry, 8 damage from sneak attack.
Okay. So, as you bring the dagger back,
Jesus.
I know, right?
you fire it off. Goes wide. Hey-ya! And you just watch it, and then the whole upper body kind of moves a little bit, shaking it off. All right, that is the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, Ma, you're the only one in the path of the storm.
Yeah, boy!
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
Come save your decks.
Oh, I was supposed to re-roll my fucking wisdom save from before.
Because there's a 1.
I always forget that.
Yeah,
That's
add
fine.
to
It was
the
only to see.
one arrow that I've shot so far, it's supposed to be 4 additional damage. I thought I'd mess more, but that's just supposed to be 4 additional damage on that.
Is that gonna be 2? Because I'm getting 2 hits.
No, it's only.
I think it's gonna be 22.
22.
Moment of truth.
22 does not succeed.
I don't think so. Bye, guys.
Ever seen an asteroid?
That was good. 12, 22, 29, 39 points of.
Ooh, look at you still
That's my
alive.
Yeah,
That's my total
Full health.
health.
No, I should be dead because I was at 9, unless we got healed.
Did you do any?
No, they.
You're dead?
You're unconscious. There's a difference.
Okay, I'm unconscious 60 feet in the air. Off a tower.
Are you still on the
You're
tower? You can pinch that lip.
Unless he hit me straight down. If
You're
I
not
caught the
on
lip,
the
I'm
tower.
flying the fuck off.
So, who's the only person I can see this? You?
Yeah.
And Lou might be able to see it under.
Tam and Lou. As you guys watch in abstract horror, you see the flying defender of freedom, red
Is that
nose, glowing
No.
body. You see the tentacle come down, and you see his face in horror as it swings down with the fury. And the first one collides right with his front. And as it hits him, there's a moment. There's this. Everything goes inverted. All colors change for a moment, and you see this. You hear this like sort of like ticking around Ma's form, as suddenly he is sucked out of existence, and the tentacle boom, just wrecks the tower and that whole side. And then there's nothing. And for a moment, it almost looks like the tentacle just eviscerated and dissipated him into the four winds.
Finally.
But then, Senor, darkness, pure, unadulterated darkness. But this darkness is familiar. You've been here before.
You're inside your mom.
Ew.
I'm inside that terrible room in our basement.
Dust
Oh,
lingers in the air around you.
Weird.
Cold metal, foreign to all, greets you as you hunker down in a corner for a moment, away from all life. Your eyes reflecting almost this translucent sort of green color. And as you stand up, there's a moment where you can hear it. And you've been waiting for that sound. You've heard it before here. And as the terrain begins to change, clothes tattered, Hayden stands, both hands at the ready. Appears in. As this torn, beaten fighter appears, his hair is longer than it had been the last time that he'd been outside of the ship. He's scared. He's got scars and markings over him. Suddenly,
And a squid.
the squid's gone.
No!
As he stands there, a little shaken,
No.
used to the dark, used to being alone. Suddenly, he sees a familiar face next to him who's just like, he's like, hey, yeah, man, really need your help on this. Yeah, and he puts his hand out for a moment, and suddenly this red bodysuit begins to overtake his form. A fin on his head, yellow visor comes down. He's wearing a jetpack, and as he's standing there, kind of confused for a moment, there's this really loud sort of echoing, "Turtle Man!"
Oh my
It's gonna
god.
turn to Nicholas. Is this what I think it is?
Yeah. And suddenly, you are now. Go ahead and roll initiative. Sir.
Of course.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Alright, that is a 19.
+4.
All right.
23.
23.
All right. So you find yourself in the fray.
He's so right.
No.
Go now.
It is. That was. Now it's Ham's turn.
Do your thing with your stuff.
I'm gonna extinguish the two things.
Okay.
The fire or ice. Don't worry. I'm just gonna.
Shaken. Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll, sir. I apologize for blowing out your drums with that turbo mania.
Turbo Man! That's gonna be a 27.
27 hits. Go ahead and roll
Alright, we're
damage.
just
sir.
like
And another
smash
27.
right now.
Also roll hits. Go ahead and roll damage. If you want to do your third one.
No, my last one, for my bonus action, I'm gonna use second wind.
Okay.
Nice.
You second wind.
This is fun.
Damage for
Wish
both,
I
and
had
it's just piercing. It's gonna be 2, 4. So 20 total.
20 hits. Or 20 damage.
20 damage altogether.
Let me go ahead and roll it. This time, both weapons sink clean into the side of the creature as they glimmer with magical energy. You just you see it cut through, and there's this moment where like this ichor begins to form, but then the glamour takes over, and suddenly there's like no wound. It just looks like a little bandage in position. And
It's really bruised.
Go ahead and heal yourself.
Fuck. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not good.
I got a 1 plus 6, so
All right, 7 points of health back. All right, that is the end of your turn.
I would like to move.
Well, these tentacles are gone, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not.
It's okay.
It's just
Like, yeah, no, tedious.
Around where Ma used.
where he was.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the top of the round, there is a moment where the concentration from Nicholas wanes, and you get this rush of wind. Buff it against everybody, and he kind of controls it for a minute. And he's like, all right, not working as fast as I had hoped, but we're kind of on par where I thought we'd be. So, with that being said, who rolled the lowest d6? Or who had the,
I did.
you rolled the lowest of the
Yes.
d6s? Okay, as he looks, he looks at you, and he's just like, Modron, I
Yeah.
need your assistance. And then he places both hands out in front of me. He's like, everyone, look at this. And he, as he does, his hands extend for a moment.
He's gonna put out a medic kill agent.
And he goes, this is the key. I need everyone to remember this. This is very important.
Hold on.
No, this is not a, you can write it down if you want to,
Okay.
but I'm going to put it down here in a second. This is the key. And then,
Oh,
advantage.
shit.
At which point he's like, I need you to start the sequence.
Were there numbers in the middle of that thing?
And then he warps you out of the room. And you just vanish for a moment.
Everybody?
No, just
Yeah.
Me.
just Theta. Theta disappears for a moment, and suddenly you're greeted by absolute darkness, and then strange, obscure light as you find yourself in this chamber that's longer than it is wide.
Okay.
And it's not that big. Oh, let me get that. Let me get the notes for this. But it appears to be.
Don't look the same. I don't think it was the same. No.
Fuck
it.
I thought it was like a 100.
What?
Telephone.
What?
We both drew the thing, but it's
The room appears with an open floor. The walls are adorned with a multitude of dials, gauges, displays that you're familiar with, but they're foreign to you as far as language and design. But they flicker faintly with arcane lights that kind of over the course of them. In the center of the room, there are 3 large pipes coming out of the ground with these wheel cranks on them. And it seems like the floor has been marked colored with red, blue, and green markers respectively. And then as you're kind of sitting there like, whoa, what the? You look up for a minute, and there seems to be a circle in the top, this hole that just kind of goes up, but it's been painted white.
Okay.
And you just find yourself in this room.
I'm gonna go over and inspect the cranks and see if there's anything weird about them.
Looking at the cranks, and you quickly take a look at them. They don't appear to be trapped. They seem to be. They seem to still move.
You said they were red, green, and.
Red, green, and blue.
Okay. I'm gonna start. Turn the red one.
You turn the red one, and as you crank it open, you begin to see this light begin to emanate as a hole in the wall, this like porthole begins to open, and this red light begins to go up into the white tube. And you just kind of like look at it, and it just seems this white ethereal, and you can feel it. It hums with this just raw power as it's, and you recognize it from your time in the plane of Mechanus is that it is raw magical energy.
Oh.
And you're not sure where the light comes, where the
Yeah.
coloration comes
Yeah.
from, but it's there. And you just
Okay. Yeah.
next up
Yep.
is next
I
up
don't
is
imagine I can get one more into that time. So.
Hayden. You're up.
Turbo Man! And I'm going to run over.
You're gonna do that.
Can't do.
Run over to him.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Alright, so bow.
Oh, is he a monk?
You have 45, right?
Yes.
Okay, there you are.
Alright, I'm going to do my attacks.
Okay.
And then I'm going to burn a key point for
Flurry of blows.
flurry of blows.
Okay.
So let's do this.
So because you're wearing the suit, you do get your +3 bonus.
So it's, oh man. 25.
25 hits.
Okay. Followed by a 23.
Both hit.
And then the bonus 13.
13 does not hit.
And 25.
25 does hit. So 3 of those hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, sir. And I believe at level 8. Monk.
This is why you needed that.
Yeah, right?
This is why.
I will lift for it.
Sorry, my fucking hands got tired.
No,
That's a lot
that's
of
good.
shit.
Yeah. Alright, so they're all D6s.
Okay.
I'm going to savage attack and reroll out.
Okay.
6,
Plus
3,
9,
and 4.
13
13.
for the first attack.
5, 12 for the second attack.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 3 is 9.
Okay. The third. That was the
Third,
second.
it's 12. 5. Extra attack, and then Fury of Blows is 2 more.
Oh, right. Okay. So 9 and then what was the last one?
But one of them missed, so
Yes.
never mind.
Okay. So as you begin running up with this suit, it kind of it's like squeaking this leathern suit, and as you run up screaming turbo, you just get into a low stance, eyes kind of cracked out and wide, and just whack, 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 just swing into it with everything you got. And you just see like these little ripples as they seem to
You'll
deal.
tag him for him.
As they seem
The turbo
to
tag.
they seem to work. It is the creature's turn. On the monster's turn, you all notice that its skin begins to turn blue. And then it brings up its tentacles again. And it targets specific points on the map.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Fucking got it.
Yeah. Me too.
Son bitch.
Can
Okay.
you not put him out anymore?
Huh? What's up?
Oh,
No, there's a reason.
Nope, there's a different one.
Oh, okay.
Laser beams.
Dude, look, as long as it's not Aquamarine, I don't give a fuck.
Well,
Okay, and then it's going to take its 4 attacks.
Unless it's even worse.
Oh no, I'm sorry, it does not take 4 attacks. I totally.
Oh, thank
I
goodness.
apologize. It casts spells instead.
it takes 6 attacks.
Okay.
It casts Steel Strike. Fuck.
Well, it has a different person each time.
Well, if it was 1, then 2, then 1 again.
Right.
I don't know.
Actually.
Probably.
Something amazing might just happen.
A Christmas miracle! Sorry, a frozen moon miracle.
I used wish. Terrible. I wish I was back at the feast.
See, wish my goblet were full.
Click your heels together!
I don't have heels anymore. I have a fucking snowball.
It's great, isn't it? The white chocolate fucking mixes well with it. It's like you're just eating a bunch of shit.
I want to put like raspberries.
I was thinking about melting the giant marshmallows down.
For its first attack, for its first spell, it's going to cast Dispel Magic on Nicholas's Globe of Invulnerability. As you
Oh.
suddenly just see that shimmering barrier, just
I'd like him to stop.
and you see him go, "What?" Like, hold on a minute. What just happened? Everyone needs to calm down. We're going too far right now. And
Hey,
for
hey,
its
now.
secondary attack, it's going to cast Finger of Death on him.
Oh my god.
So he needs to make a saving throw.
He needs to not roll like that.
Constitution, so yeah, he's fine.
Good.
As the beam fires out, you see him like he's like, "Ooh," and then there's a moment where he brings both hands together and waves them out, and you just see, boom, and it just cuts it to pieces all around him, and he's just like, "Ah, that actually hurt." Sorry, I don't want to put it myself. Don't do that anymore, you dick. And then he just goes back to focusing.
I mean, you.
Yeah, dingus.
He's like, it goes back to focusing on, casting spirit ball, whatever he's doing.
I need to hold this for 5 minutes.
At least 3 episodes.
What are we doing?
So that is the creature's 2 attacks. It is now Lucrezia's turn.
I'm gonna scoot over.
Mm-hmm. Where you going?
I'll go here.
Should be probably saying. Can you move yourself? Because I can't reach.
Wow.
Right into its vagine.
You don't know that. You could have multiple
crease.
machines.
It's got a couple of them.
She's gonna push herself into that crease.
Get right up in there.
Okay, I'll try. I did it.
They put that back in the middle.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I'm on a different plane of existence right now, so we're all right. But
Turbo Man does not approve.
Got 3.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's
11, 19.
19.
19 hits.
Okay.
And what are you using?
The hammer.
Okay.
And then 8, 10, 11.
From
Oh no, I'm sorry.
He just walked in, got a Turbo Man suit.
Yeah.
Nice punch
Oh,
the
it's
squid in the
16.
face.
Sorry.
16
I'm going
damage?
to burn a key point to
Hold
do. Oh,
16 damage?
yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it?
So, as you run up to it with a hammer and you slam into the side of it and you see it ripple off its blue form and then its wounds begin to... No, I'm sorry. Wrong. No, am I tripping right now? No.
I don't know.
You need to check to make sure. Yes, it absorbs the attack.
Okay. I want to burn a key point though.
You hit it with the
Okay.
Does it still count as like me hitting it? Okay. To do stunning strike.
What she hit it with?
You hit it with a melee attack.
Yes. So stunning strike. You must make a Constitution saving throw.
What is the DC?
I think it's very low. I think it's like.
Roll a 19. Like total. That's
I
combined.
think it's
Yeah.
like 12. No, I'm sorry.
Wisdom plus.
Yeah.
8 plus proficiency plus wisdom.
What's your wisdom?
12, 13. 13 now.
Then
Yeah,
it
so.
succeeds.
Damn it.
As you.
Okay. I
and
thought
then-
that would do something.
Okay.
It did.
Should I keep
Just not what you wanted.
You want to
It did the worst kind of something.
It's healing.
Yeah, you watch the heals. It
Well, I
means
thought
you
it
get to
just
heal
like
up.
absorbed it.
Yeah, that's what absorb means.
Yeah.
It's taking your energy and turning it
Taking
into
it.
fuel.
Oh, it is. I have
Amber
it.
is the color of my energy. So
Huh?
that's-
Whoa.
Whoa.
Shaded color
Dang it.
turn naturally?
How do I do that?
God damn, that wasn't that song.
I blame
Is
Droppy
it because
they
of
did
that weapon?
Huh?
Is it because of that weapon, or because I hit it with a weapon pack?
You hit it with a you hit it with a non-energy based attack. Is what you get the sense of. Since you hit it with a melee.
Energy based attack? What?
Whoa.
I'm gonna punch it. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Well, that would also heal it.
Man, well, I don't know.
spit on it.
Oh, did
Call it
mine
dirty.
heal it too? Did mine heal it too?
No, it changed. You were first in the order. It changes on its turn.
Oh, I guess.
Amber is the color of your energy. Whoa.
I guess I will do it again. I don't know.
Okay, that's it? You done?
Yeah, well, I wanna.
Excellent. Okay, next up in the turn order is Theta. As you're standing there, this column of, you said red first, right?
Yes.
Red energy is like coursing through up into the white tunnel. What are you doing?
Does anything in the room change?
No, it's so the walls begin to turn on. You seem to see the gauges begin to come to life as this energy begins pouring through. Yes.
Okay. Nothing bad seemed to happen? Okay, delightful. I got 2 left.
Mhm.
All right. Oh, just turn the green one.
Okay, so you run over to the green one and you begin cranking the green one open, and as you do, they begin to mix and change color, and the two combined begin to go into the white tunnel. I don't know if it's shit yet.
I know, I heard it from here.
You're 6, right? You're 6, right?
What do you mean?
Level 6.
Yes.
Okay. It wouldn't have mattered because your punches aren't super strong, but they are magical.
I know. And so is my weapon.
No, just your
No,
armor
my.
strike.
But they're not +3.
Because of my path, my weapon's magic.
No,
You can do the other one if you like.
I can't? I'll do the third one as well.
Okay, so you run over and you begin cranking the other one. As you do, the blue pipe begins to unleash this energy, and as they coalesce into the middle, they turn white. And as they turn white, you see it begin to fill up that central chamber. As it goes up into the sky, and you're kind of standing there, and you see that all of the dials begin to, and you see little gauges begin to flip
We'll
upwards,
start
and
looking
begin,
at those gauges.
and you just,
There.
and as you're
I like
standing there,
these.
there's this around you, and then boop, and you pop back out.
Same
on the
place?
ring. Yep.
It
No,
was
wherever you want.
right there. It was where I was. It's
Sure.
fine. You put me right there. It's fine.
Right there, right where you want to.
Babushka.
All right, that is the end of you. Or would you like to move? You still have movement.
Hello. No.
Okay,
I'm gonna be disoriented for a turn.
excellent. Tan, you're up.
Oh, can I shout at Nick? I did a thing. I turned the stuff.
He's like, I'm gonna get punched in the face in a minute. Thanks though. Okay.
I'm gonna ignite the light.
Ignite the light. Okay, go ahead.
Like it's the 4th of July.
All right. Okay.
I'm just. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do both.
Okay, so you're attacking with both weapons, magical,
Yeah,
and
and
their element.
yeah. with their
Excellent.
elements.
Go ahead, make your attack rolls.
Okay, that's a 21.
21 hit hits.
Ooh, natural 20.
Natural 20 hits, and third one.
That is going to be a 20.
20.
It's a flat line.
Okay, also hits. So all 3 of them hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
You said I still have movement. Can I see the thing that's gonna attack him, Nick?
So the tentacle seems poised, pointing at him. That's all you can see, really.
Okay, I'd like to
21.
run over there and put
Alright.
myself in front of him.
You can push him out of the way if you like.
Can I?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
38.
Yeah, push him back 5 feet or something.
So you're gonna get in his way.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're gonna take it for him.
Yeah.
It's going to be 38 points of damage.
He's a 16. I'll always remember you. What?
Yeah.
Ice and fire rocket.
I'm gonna die.
Okay.
That's okay.
or cold and.
I think it's more important that you
Okay,
keep.
so as both of them
not
cut
cut
into
it
it, you see it actually begin to kind of like shirk away from you, confused,
I cast
and this
shield.
like
I
loud
don't know that stuff.
sound begins to play out. And that is when the lasers go off. All right. So is anybody still in their
I
X's
would've
besides
liked to
Theta?
move, but I'm still-
You can move.
Okay.
You have you still have your movement.
Yeah.
I want to go over to my other wound.
To this way?
Yeah.
You moved, correct?
He hasn't moved yet, right? It's not your turn yet.
I haven't moved yet. I think he's the speed to get up there.
So
Yeah,
okay.
he's
So that means the three of you, or no, I'm sorry, just the
Two?
two of you
Yeah.
are going to need to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Ooh. Can I get you there?
28.
That was insane.
28. That is successful.
Turtle!
Not 28.
Dex saving throw is 16.
16. All right. So you're going to take half damage
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
because you have evasion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you? No, you're level 6. You don't have it yet.
Uh,
Level 7 is when you get evasion.
Forgot to do my. Yeah, fuck it.
That's probably right. I believe you.
So, where is it? Ooh, that's good.
Mr. Sandman.
Ooh.
Bring me a dream. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, it's next level. I got evasion. I got 16.
43 points.
That kills me.
Cutest
So as you all watch,
the
and you succeeded with a 28. 28 succeeded. He dives out of the way as this crackling energy begins to coalesce around the tips of the tentacle, and then this
Shit, what's
just
your face?
lightning comes out, and as it cascades through, you feel the sudden rush, and then there's this slow, and you vanish as the thing just smashes into the concrete. Whoa! I just
Oh,
threw the
God.
shit out of that guy.
Oh no!
No!
This guy so hard I threw him into a bush.
Your last year's Christmas present.
So as it strikes down, you avoid completely, and you can see the smoldering black area where the stone had been shattered. You vanish. I am Turbo Man. And suddenly darkness greets you. And the fleeting memories of comradeship and then separation. And in the dark bowels of the ship, you wait patiently. Suddenly, there's the ticking that you remember from a long time ago, and occasionally a place that everyone kind of visits, where in this metal husk of a shell of a ship resides the strange and alien chimney. And as the light sucks you in, you find spiked hair, peg leg renewed, gun in hand, as Halifax appears on the ship's surface. However,
Crazy ass.
as he's standing there, there is a sudden disconnect from his patron.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There is a
That was a
sudden
thought that I had.
disconnect from his patron as his outfit slowly begins to change, and suddenly his shoes disappear, and blue jeans covered in blood, and white tank top. Hair shortens drastically. Gun, once long, changes into a small black pistol. As you see a familiar face going, hey man, we're fighting this thing. Just go nuts. Just go nuts on this guy.
You tell him that. You tell him to go nuts.
That's what he said. Just kill that thing. Just do it. Just do it. I'm sorry. I can't look at you right now. I'm dying. I'm actually dying. And go ahead and roll initiative, sir.
It's a little better.
Hey, Halifax, how you doing, buddy?
Roll initiative. Halfway. 13.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah. Not great, but I'll take it. All right.
So, there he is.
Turn every man into a beverly man.
Turn every man into a beverly man.
Does this index card say what I think it says?
What?
For
Denim
the
wrap?
handgun?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My handwriting got a little deplorable
It
there.
says, Hans,
A little deplorable.
it says Hanzo's handgun.
No, Hans's.
Oh, Hans's. Yeah. Okay.
Hans, yeah.
I thought it said Hanzo, and I was like, what?
We playing this right
You know, it feels like that should belong in my hands.
now? So,
Not that
you
person yet.
reappear. It
Yet.
is.
Give it time.
When
know?
oh. That was the end of. That
Fuss
was the
and
end of
fuck.
everybody's turn. So it's top of the round now.
Okay. So
Top of the round. But before then, we should take our break.
Yeah.
Ah,
So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go back
Perfect.
from it,
Thank
and then
you.
we will come back up. So thanks so much for
Take
hanging out.
your
with us. I
hat,
hope you
Toy.
guys are enjoying the shenanigans that is this year's Frozen Moon Festival. It's
Turbo
going to
Man.
continue to go down the rabbit hole.
You
So
just turn it.
continue to hang out with us.
That's all you
And
can say.
yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. So we'll be right back. Guys.
Make sure you tune in for Turbo Man next week. And remember, kids, don't do drugs.
Turbo.
Do all the
Unless they're steroids.
Do all the
Unless they're free.
and shit.
I know, but it was fiend, not old one specifically.
Yeah, you're
No, I remember because I didn't choose old one. Like that's the only thing I remember.
Fiend and Pact of Shadows.
It was old one, the one you didn't choose.
Hey, buddy, I'm
Pact
sorry.
of Shadows.
Pack of Shadows.
Pack of Shadows.
Yeah, you are the tone.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because that was a very key feature.
Yes. I'm working on it.
I'm so rusty, my friends. Welcome back to the new game, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Thanks so much for hanging out. We're having fun. We're doing our
Christmas
annual
craziness.
Christmas special.
You guys can be our friends too if you want.
Absolute insanity is going on.
We're not Barney, man.
So,
We're not friends.
that was the end. So it is now top of the round for the next group, right? I believe. Creature is still blue.
I don't know.
No, he is.
No, I mean, like, did you hit Hayden? Did you hit him?
Not yet.
It is top of
Is
the
he
round.
Top of the round.
Hayden is up. Go ahead, sir.
He is still blue.
This red
Dabbity-dabbity.
costumed hero with his red hair protruding slightly underneath the visor of this costume.
Okay. I don't think I can hit it.
What's up?
He's doing that.
Okay. I don't think that my attacks will do anything because I watched these two. Well, I watched her specifically.
Your armor gives you an ability that allows you to do it. It says on there that it gives you +2 to your hits. You should say that.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to heal it.
It's correct. You are correct. Because it is currently in magic form.
All right. I'm gonna use the bonus action to fly over Nick,
Okay. Jetpack.
and I'm gonna hold my action. If he is targeted by what amounts to a raid mechanic, I'm gonna try and throw Nick out of the way.
Okay. Got it. Gotcha.
You throwing me around?
So you
You
activate the
left us on a-
jetpack or the jetpack, fly away. It's gonna get an opportunity attack against you, sir.
It's gonna hit, but it might not. It's got a 1 in 20 chance of it missing.
16 plus 19. Well, actually, that's not quite that thing. I don't think magic is this high.
Your health is as much as mine.
31 to hit.
31 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Obviously.
Oh.
That's not useful.
Stop it, Ron.
Did you guys drink your drinks?
Yeah. That's how you drink a drink.
16 points of lightning damage to you, sir.
We all did.
As you begin to fly away, one of its tentacles kind of like brushes against you, and then this cackle of electrical energy kind of surges through you for a minute, just
Jinkies!
Oh,
and you cannot take reactions for the round. So that is that. Cast shocking grass.
But you can still hold an action. Okay.
Yes, nothing is saying you cannot do that.
Sweet, 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 sweet. That's not the number.
That's not useful at all.
You said 16?
Correct.
Got
Okay, that is the end of your turn.
it. Yes.
Okay.
I got you, Nick.
At the end of your turn, you notice that its form changes to red. The outer hull of it, its skin
like it
turns
was
red.
before, right?
Correct.
Okay.
At which point it is going to make 4 attacks, and it's going to place its tentacles out in 4 directions.
Oh no.
Wait, you douchebag. I'm gonna end your life.
It's actually floating in the sky, by the way. It's not actually on the ground.
Ah,
It's never
yeah.
touched the ground so far. You can hit it because its body is redonkulous,
That's not-
large.
You know,
Where's
It's-
Lou at?
you
Can you
gotta
just
do
point this at Lou for me, please?
you did it.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you already did it. You're good.
I better do it. Alright, I need to get Halifax in here.
I don't want to.
Did you roll initiative again?
Yes.
What was
13.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was 13.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Whoa. Fuck you. Why do you have to do that?
I was trying to fix it. It didn't fix it.
Oh, he's
No, it
right
made
here.
it worse.
I use this one for
Spread
Halifax.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And this one's coming towards you, sir. It is going to do, in order
It is going to do Lou, Tam, and then you.
And it's not targeting Nick.
It is actually. It's going to target with the fourth one. It's going to be a Nick. So shove him out of the way.
Shove him out of the way of that particular mechanic.
Okay, so the 4 attacks, starting with Lou, is going to be. Let me double check to hit on this.
Yeah.
Whoa.
20,
No.
27.
Yeah.
27 hit you. Next up is Tam. 26 to hit you as well. And last one is you, sir. It's like 33. And because you pushed old boy out of the way, we'll see that the fourth one doesn't swing. All right, so all three of you
Does
take.
one of them hit me?
No, that's the tentacle.
Okay, thank you.
He has attacks.
Yes.
too.
No. I was making sure because I didn't hear you say my name, and I was like, wait, I can see a tentacle at me, but
So-
I thought you were counting that out.
4d6. That's for each of you. So your first Lou is going to be 19 damage.
I'm up. Sorry,
What?
I'm still up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Second one is going to be you. 24 points of damage.
Okay.
And the third one to you, sir, is going to be 24 points of damage. As all these tentacles just slam down into the topography, you notice that they begin to kind of crack the surface of this thing.
Nick, no!
So by the way, he's like, "People keep pushing me." He like falls over as the tentacle just slams in between you two, and he's like, "Ah!" So he'll curl up for a minute. He's like, "This isn't my proudest moment."
I'm gonna give him a turbo man thumbs up.
Thumbs up as you just get smacked. And he's like, "Oh, oh my." That is.
You didn't do it from behind. You didn't do the nice guy.
Let's roll a d4. Okay. So as that's the end of its turn. So next up is our good friend Halifax.
Okay, I'm going to take stock of where I am. Look
How?
at him. He gave me.
Watch
a
out for the
second.
tentacles.
I'm going to take a couple steps to the right.
This way?
He didn't have
Or
an accent, right?
Excuse you, this is private. Yeah.
Yeah, he was wasn't he?
He did.
Oh, was he?
Slightly.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? Wait.
I love his
Am I
accent.
right?
He's right. He's right. Yeah,
Okay.
over there. I'll take it. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, put myself there. And I'm going to squeal a little bit, and I'm going to shoot him with Eldritch Blast. What does agonizing blast do?
Did you want to let him know into the mechanic of the thing before he does that?
Yes.
Because it is red right now.
Yeah.
Which means it absorbs.
Hey! Hit it with physical stuff. Magic makes it all not hurty anymore. Holy shit! Holy shit!
Hans, go ahead and make your attack roll, sir.
Oh, right, it's a pistol now.
Correct. It does count as your
Packed weapon?
packed weapon.
I'm not packing the
It
booms.
doesn't matter. Everyone still gets one.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure, and it's not real clear on it, which is annoying.
I'm pretty sure you still get it, right? Well, then you don't get it. But you have it nonetheless.
Cheers.
You have a weapon that is magic.
Does it hit?
Your hair's not long enough for me to clip it to it. Otherwise, I'd like.
Maybe?
Fine.
No,
Bobby
16?
pins?
Wait,
Yeah.
yes.
Fucking
Nope, 18.
18
We're good.
Fixing
I was
That's
gonna say.
really sewing machine sewing anyway.
That's really ugly.
All right.
I'm gonna retire that dice for tonight.
Okay.
Okay. D8.
D8.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus your dex mod, plus 3.
11.
Turbo man.
Minus 11. Okay, so as you bring it up, you're like, you bring your hand up as if you're gonna like channel that arcane energy, and then he warns you, and you're like, just shoot it. You see it kind of like recoil for a
I
minute,
just get the one attack, right? I don't get
Yeah.
two. Okay, that's what I thought.
but it fires off into the center of this thing. You notice it kind of shiver for a moment as it does.
It's alright, Hal. Your gun's a lot smaller, but I've had performance issues too. It's okay, man.
Oh,
I'm
God. At least
All right,
he brings it
that
back.
is the
Bless you. You're
that
dead.
is the end of your turn. You doing anything else? You moved out of the way. All right,
I
Lou,
moved
you're
out of the
up.
I have a dumb question.
What's up?
Because I can craft with this hammer,
Uh-huh.
and it says it finishes automatically,
Yes.
could I craft a cage for this thing?
Not
Out
big
of
enough.
pillars?
It does craft automatically, but you have to have the material, like you have to bring it together and then begin
Oh,
hammering.
well, so I couldn't use like these pillars as the edges of the tower.
No.
Damn it.
It doesn't make nothing out of, or something out of nothing. It makes,
I
you have
thought-
to bring everything together. It's almost like Full Metal Alchemist, where if you bring all the components together, you can go bing, bing, and then it just pops up.
Alright. Okay.
Could she make a human?
Yep.
Out of the jade
Mhm.
and the alabaster and the air. With some
Okay.
nitrogen and argon and
Instead.
shit.
Okay.
I will go up.
Uh-huh.
I'm already up. I will go hit it.
Okay.
I will try it. Natural 20!
Natural 20.
Okay.
It hits.
I can see that. Hey, this would be the fight for it.
Okay, so that's 3.
Whoa.
Wait, double.
You know,
points,
amber is
roll
the color of your energy.
Yeah,
yeah,
but red
okay.
is the color of my suit.
10, 18.
Minus
It's
18.
the color of victory.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I wanna spend a key.
Spend a key. You still have an extra 10.
I'm not.
Oh.
All right then.
I wanna spend a key
Jeep and Crow.
to do this death strike. So it adds
Deft or deaf?
death.
Yeah.
So I add my martial dice, so d6
What?
to the damage.
Oh, okay.
When you target with against a weapon, you can spend a key point to cause the weapon to do extra damage equal to your martial arts.
Baller.
So
Okay, go ahead.
I'll do 6. Okay.
Nice.
So that's another 6.
So that's 24 total.
Yes. Alright. And then second attack.
Hey, that's not bad.
25.
Hits.
Okay.
Go ahead.
9 plus 8, so
17.
17. And then I'm gonna punch it.
Okay.
Okay. That is 18.
Hits.
Or no, I'm sorry, 20.
20 hits, but it doesn't deal damage because your melee attack does.
But I did
But you sock it and then you get into your defensive stance to defend yourself. which
Yeah,
raises
yeah,
your armor.
yeah.
Yes, correct. That is the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, all of the tentacles go off.
Can I move? Sorry.
Tam, you're going to get targeted.
Oh.
You can move now. Go ahead and move yourself.
Move yourself.
Move yourself,
You can reach
yeah.
better than he can.
Yeah.
There's your
Jump a
giant
couple feet to
onion
the
thing
left.
with tentacles in the way.
There you go. Look, nice.
Off the
Great.
tower.
I want to be.
Okay.
Sleeping.
So you're going to need to
increase.
make a
Got it.
dexterity saving throw, please.
Gonna be that far away?
Yeah.
And you are going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Because I have 45 movement, so it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay.
8 fails.
26.
26 fails.
You need 28, buddy.
But I only take half damage. I'm gonna need that half damage.
Alright, so that damage number is. Why is it all weird? Damn it.
You just round them into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it'll change the number.
39 points of bludgeoning damage.
20
I am down.
or 19.
18.
Yeah.
You're down?
I'm still vertical.
As Tam preps himself in full snowman, he unsuspectingly, suddenly, takes the full brunt of a vicious tentacle straight to his head. And as he does, there's a faint ticking sound. And then, as he is sucked out of existence, and darkness greets you. As your comrades have before. This unassailing
Hit this.
darkness leaves you
What was this? That was
alone, afraid. You've been hiding in the Chamber of the Gods for weeks in an attempt to lure prey, these creatures from the darkness, to you for food. And as you've been setting up traps, baiting things into you, you reappear suddenly and without warning into this wind-worn landscape. The wind blowing all around you, and you see a familiar face
Hey, buddy.
that looks over, and then you see Hayden, who you haven't seen for months, maybe weeks. You don't know at this point.
What?
Do you have a helmet on?
But as you appear, the tattered redness
Oh,
of your
turbo
clothing, the bandages that you once held, and the wounds that you garnered over the long period have slowly begun to heal. And suddenly, you become adorned with these greenish sort of tack pants and this red long sleeve turtleneck sweater. And on your side, you feel this heftiness of a long rifle greet you.
Whoa.
Stop.
So your stuff is on the cards, obviously. But suddenly, Cedric is
Does he have a backpack?
standing there. He does not.
Sit!
It is MIA.
Who the fuck are these people?
Shut up!
And
You ain't even
you see
punching
a
right.
familiar figure that you've seen before, outside of your friends, the strange man who popped down who actually fell next to a chimney. He didn't actually make it all the way down. But he's laying on the ground. His feet are currently tucked up as he's shoved over, and he's like, ah! Sorry, I had to avoid
So
that.
why is it always with these things that's fucking tentacles, eyeballs, fucking onions?
And that
Fucking
is
bullshit.
what you see. So I need you to re-roll initiative, sir, to re-enter the order.
Fucking. All right.
Whoa. Oh,
Six.
sir.
That's amusing because it means that you're going right now. So, as you reappear into this open area, clad in this new strange clothing, suddenly,
There's a Cedric appears.
Federico.
Okay, said, short version. Not sure what's happening. Keep Nick alive, and when it's red, you gotta fucking punch it, and when it's blue, you gotta set it on fire.
While you're,
What's up?
I'm right there.
Yeah, standing up on the edge of the plane.
Yeah, I just couldn't get there.
I don't know who the fuck she is.
Moving
Whoa!
back 10 feet.
Wait, you're.
Maybe later. We'll get to know each other.
No, you yelled at me.
Listen.
Fuck
listen,
you.
hey, listen, hey, listen.
She's on the other side of a giant squealing
Does
monster
that
from you.
matter,
What?
Aiden?
Dome. So we're good.
Alright. I'm going to move myself.
What does that mean?
Can you push the Pachamari
What is
back a bit?
25, 30 to here, and I'm gonna
I don't.
take
Whoa.
the BB gun and
It's the 10 pumps.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna shoot your eye out.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Pachinko.
God damn it.
Their attack roll.
Dude, is that Red Rider?
Absolutely not. His parents wouldn't have gone.
Irresponsible.
Everyone's are dead.
So it should be Dex plus 3.
His mom, remember the lasagna?
Okay,
Is
so
it
it's
real?
We don't know.
I do. I was privy to that.
So it's 21.
21 hits. If you want to write that in there. I'll note that.
Yeah.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And is there anybody within 5 feet of it?
No.
Uh-oh. So no sneak attack this time. Then that is... What is it?
It should be I think it's on there. If it's not, it's good. I think it's going to be D10.
Also, I'm 16. I'm 16, so
That's
you.
right, yeah, you're.
Literally no part of that matters. In the future, it's okay with your parents.
Then it's going to be a D10.
Can you get your parents to sign us for it? Flip like a thank you.
Look, I will go meet your parents. They'll love me.
No, they won't.
Shut up, Cedric.
Plus Dex plus 3.
Okay, sorry.
10. 10.
You don't know that.
All right. So as you there's a, and then it just, and you see it going, and you're just like, that worked. All right. That is the. Anything else you'd like to do?
Fuck
Movement?
you!
Attack? Anything wrong attack?
Fuck you, Shorty.
I'm sure you're not
For
supposed
my
to look
bonus
into that.
action,
Which one?
I'm.
The gun.
Oh.
I can't. Wait, can I do the dodge
The
action?
first
No.
thing they teach you is gun holding.
I dash or
And don't look in there.
I think it is common sense. Let's find out.
only monks can die from monks. That's why I got player's handbooks.
Yep.
Uh,
Cunning
I'm
action.
going to. There is nowhere to. I am.
Disengage.
Yeah, no, it's yeah.
Dash disengage.
I'm just gonna dash around to the 30 feet on the opposite side of it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's like
It's hard to
the.
fucking figure it out.
Figure it out.
What do I say? Fuck her, nope. All right. So top of the round, Avon stands up getting shoved around, and he's like, Jesus.
Oh, this is
people."
fucking great. We just got fucking tentacle hentai going on in the center.
He begins waving
got
his
this
hands,
fucking
and then
red
he
suit.
recasts one of
Hey,
the
fuck you.
vulnerabilities. And everyone is like, thank you. Okay, wait, we were doing something. Who rolled the next lowest on their d6?
It
you
was
were-
him, me.
I had a 5.
So you were
Or
the
it's-
5.
Yeah.
At which point he's like, he looks over to the man who just shoved him, and he's like, fuck weirdo. No. He's
Wait,
like,
Greg, what up?
he's like, I need you to do something for me.
Yo, okay, what do you need?
I need you to fucking activate the beacon, damn it.
How do you?
At which point he waves his hand up.
Wait,
and
how do you?
You already saw the thing.
Yeah.
At which point he brings his hand and he slams it down for a moment, and you just vanish out of existence. At which point, this happens.
Oh my. There's a dry erase board.
Oh fuck!
Sorry, homie, you don't get to finish until that's done. All right, so
Okay.
next up on the list.
Okay.
All right. As he
It's,
vanishes,
it's a
next
word
up
jumble.
is
Show the camera.
No, it's not a word jumble. I'll show you when I fucking.
It's poses.
Oh god.
Oh, man, that sounds fun.
All right, so as
I
that
did a
is
fuck out of
happening,
that.
it is up to next up is Halifax. As you suddenly just see Hayden just vanish into a puff.
Alright. Okay.
Oh god, I took the sticker off one.
He said,
Shh, no, it's fine. Shh, it's fine. I fixed it.
he
Please.
said
Fixed it.
blue
Everybody stop.
means. Okay, I guess just shoot again. I'm gonna move
Wait, it's
this
blue,
way.
No, it's red right now.
It is
Red?
red right now.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
That means
It's not
physical.
blue.
You
That's-
said blue and it scared
Yeah,
me.
he said blue means I can use magic. That's
Alright.
what he's thinking. I'm coming toward me. Where is the money?
Towards you, 5,
What
10,
is it for
15, 20, 25, 30. Right there. 30.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
And I'm gonna draw it out and just fucking done.
Shoot it again.
You did it?
So this is what I fucking got. Some biggity bullshit.
Oh, no.
No, you didn't know.
What do you know?
This has to be the side that you go from.
Oh,
I think
shit.
You can slide it all
No.
up, but then you need 2 more to
No,
get
I
to
got
the
you.
end.
I fixed.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, go ahead and shoot it. So you got a pipe puzzle.
21.
I approve.
Yes.
I fixed it. He was like, please, no.
21.
Outsmarted the DM once.
Huh?
21.
He did
Yes.
the puzzles. I don't know that you outsmarted him. You played into his own smarts.
That's garbage. Wow, that's trash.
I've been trapped on a ship for. I literally have no idea how long I've been on there.
He started crying. I can't see the
14.
puzzle.
14
I
damage?
can't see the puzzle.
Yes. I'm gonna write that down.
My
Excellent. So you fire into another once again, and as you do, you see it kind of like pull back away from you in an attempt to escape the damages.
I can't use a spell as a bonus action, right?
No,
Thank you.
Unless it sounds.
That's cool.
some of them do say that you can do that.
Just a.
Yeah, I have a reaction spell, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe he hits you with a tentacle. Hellish rebuke.
All right. So
like that.
Cause you just got smashed by
Uh,
46 tentacles.
Yeah.
I accidentally skipped the monster turn, so it's gonna be.
Oh, well, that's fine. We'll just move on.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
the tentacles are going out.
We'll just do it for now, so that way it doesn't fuck anything up.
No.
It doesn't know that he's not.
The dragoon stunned it the first time, so no, it's not well off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's got 4 for everybody.
Yes. Oh, no. It
Oh, it's
doesn't.
got freedom for everyone.
Oh.
Freedom for everyone, I tell you.
But I don't
Yeah.
want to.
All right. So
That's
that goes.
unfortunate.
It charges up, and it's actually going to attack everybody once as well.
Oh, good. Good.
So that is okay.
Is that a saving throw? Is that what we do?
No, this is a to hit.
Oh, okay.
The to hit deals up. So,
Yeah, we're so
first one's to you,
Mhm.
which is 22.
That's me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next one is to you, sir.
Even with your hammer
23. Next
It's
one
20
is
without.
to. Are you kidding? Natural one. Natural one plus 19.
Dude, it's Cedric.
I didn't care. So the two of them, you guys are gonna take 46 damage each.
Boy.
Maybe
Give
even
him a
if it
bullet.
rolls like 2, 6.
Oh,
Well,
that's not good. 10, 20, 26, 27, 28. 28 to you.
I'm down.
Okay, you're down and.
I'm alright.
No, this is. I'm gonna roll for you.
Oh, I thought you said 46. Oh, 4D6.
Yeah.
46.
Oh my god, not 46.
That's, I was like, I took it, man. I took it on the chin. I was fine.
He dropping.
I was like, oh, that hit, but I'm alright.
21 to you.
20. Oh, that's a much more reasonable number. Not much, though.
So as the tentacles slam down, boom, 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 one of them bounces off the globe of invulnerability that's surrounding Nicholas.
Alright, get my fighter stuff up. Right?
As you get smashed
Go for
into
somebody else.
oblivion,
Yeah. Completely different. I'm Yana, not Yana.
There you go, yeah.
How do I do Ari?
there is a brief moment
Where are my kids?
where you all hear that ticking. And suddenly, your sister appears in the distance. And as she manifests, you notice that her pants have been destroyed mostly. She's wearing like shorts now. Her clothes have been mostly tattered. She looks bruised and beaten. She's angry looking. And then as she begins to manifest, her outfit begins to change.
Oh.
And as it does, suddenly her hair, instead of being red, turns a stark corn silk color. This pale yellow. And as it begins, her skin turns this purplish color and stitches begin to form on the outside of her skin. And then they cross.
Yeah.
Just like Jack and Sally.
Yep.
We could
Okay.
live like them if we wanted to.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative for me.
I'm
behind.
multi-class.
I mean,
oh
if
no.
you know.
It's your fault.
I didn't do it. Okay.
Hold on.
Plus 4.
17.
17.
This is the best Christmas ever.
I have sneak attack now. Oh my god.
Come on, lass.
Alright. You look ridiculous.
I'm not back yet. I'm still in an alternate
He's not
dimension doing
there.
puzzles and
that's
shit.
Oh, yeah, he
right.
didn't see you at all, 'cause he's not
We
there.
don't see each other.
Yeah.
So, but she appears wearing like a dress that seems to be cobbled together from different colored fabrics, and then her skin's
Aw,
purplish,
that's
and
cute. Alright, this thing.
that's your actual armor and your weapon,
Okay.
and what it does.
This, okay. Ooh, I gotta figure that out, huh?
Is it a ladle?
Do I gotta figure it out?
Fuck figure it out. What did they say? Fuck figure it out.
Fuck Jelly
Yeah,
Time.
because that front isn't added properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
base.
just for if you had base weapons.
It's base, yeah.
Okay, so next up is Halifax already went, which means it is now Cedric's turn.
Oh my god. I don't know what to do.
The whole cast is back.
Okay.
I can figure it out.
Figure it out. What did I say? Oh, okay, cool. It's right there.
And I'm gonna run there,
Mm-hmm. You
pump
run
up,
around the backside of it.
pump up the
The BB gun again?
BB gun again, and I'm gonna hold my action until somebody gets close enough
Okay. Alright, fair enough.
To harass.
But then you said one is 2. Alright, one more. So, top of the round, we're on turn 6.
Boop, this guy. I'm back.
So, Ma, as you reappear, well, first off, before, as you disappear, you find yourself in another long room that's longer than it is wide. And as you look on one side of the wall, you see a series of, it's like an open space, and there seems to be different symbols that are located all around, and you see a pipe spitting out of one of them, and you recognize one of the symbols, the one that Avon already showed you. And as you turn around behind you, you see a series of pipes, and this energy is just spilling out like wildly. So you just panic, start shoving, and just reconnecting as fast as possible with moving. And suddenly, as you get it connected, there's this moment where the end, like this light begins to shine brightly, and then you just get sucked back out.
Yeah,
and
I did-
reappear back in the fray. It'll be there, so you don't
I don't know what
sorry.
armor I'm wearing.
We'll figure it out.
Did you move Halifax from the target zone?
Yeah, I would have.
We'll just put you there. You didn't get to go. Wait, no, I'm sorry. The cutscene's gone, so
Yeah.
she's been destroyed. I apologize.
Dead, doornail,
How do
etc.
I figure out my armor?
Your armor class is going to be studded leather, which is 12, plus 3, which is 15, plus your dex modifier. Okay.
Okay.
So, suddenly, as you reappear, you see your sister, who looks weirdly stitched
You
together.
look retarded,
You
sis.
look ridiculous.
Whatever. I'm fucking Turbo Man.
More like Third Man.
You're both fucking stupid.
From the other side, so you're like, oh, fuck it now.
Come on, children, let's go.
Where the hell is that hot chick at?
She's in paste over by me.
There was a hot
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, she got smacked.
She was cute.
She was over there.
Little young. Yeah.
She's
All right,
like 16, bro.
I'd say she's too young for my taste, but I'll eat anything.
You said,
Hey!
You're up, Turbo Man.
All right.
I can't believe you just said that with your own human mouth.
That's somebody else's human.
Yeah.
We need to move Nick. So I'm gonna pick Nick up.
Top of the round, he can actually move.
Oh.
He's like, wait, I gotta move?
Yeah.
All right.
You good?
Is this good? Is this right? He's like, kind of like positioning himself. You notice he's slowly slipping behind you, like, is this?
Good enough, Nick.
Okay.
All right, sis. Short version. Keep Nick alive. Hit, punch this thing when it's red. Set it on fire when it's blue. Watch. Is it still red?
It is.
I'm gonna run up.
Uh-huh. You're gonna run to the middle, because that's gonna put you right in the middle of two.
No, I don't want to
You could circle
You can go this way.
Yeah.
Oop. Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot it with the BB
Yep.
gun.
So go ahead, both of you.
Deck it in the schnoz.
Oh my god, my health. What is my health?
No, no, should be on there.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 29.
It's not out there.
29 hits. Go and roll damage for sneak attack. Let me get it.
And I'm gonna blow my reaction to give the extra 1d4 of damage.
Your health
Yeah.
is 74.
Okay.
Oh, sweet baby
Holy
Jesus.
shit, that's a lot of numbers that are really high.
Oh, those
Wait,
are nice dice.
What did you say for 1d4 or something?
Oh, it was the reaction.
No, reaction you can increase your to hit by 1d4.
Oh.
Not your damage by 1d4.
Never.
So the 1d4 is out, right? Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So that's 9,
So I guess I don't really need anything.
12,
You didn't
That's
do it,
21.
so.
28.
I mean,
Plus.
for normal, I don't really-
That's gonna be 36
36 damage.
with a BB gun.
With BB gun.
Alright.
Flip.
My first hit, 22.
Hit.
Okay. Oh, easy boy. Easy boy. 5, so 15.
To hit.
Yeah.
Does not.
23.
23 hits.
And 25.
25 hits, so 3 of those hit.
Key point.
Did Tavern Brawler count on this at all or no?
Not really. It's a melee attack. Or improvised weapon. Or
Not
melee.
my offhand, right? As long as you can have-
No. It's just whenever you're using a weapon. It's not traditional weapons.
10,
Okay.
15,
I'm gonna grab
23.
Huh. Interesting.
23 and 27. And 7, 5, 32.
Do you think they still have a Lenny's around here?
No, unfortunately. Alright, so that's 32 total, correct?
No. That is 32 minus. Fuck, I forgot my numbers.
Yeah, sure.
I need to take 3. Hold on. 32, hold on. Semi. One second, I'm sorry. I was ready for it and I fucked it all up. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna math real quick.
Well, while you math, suddenly, and
Without warning, as soon as he lands his attack, boom, 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 you see this moment where the creature kind of shudders in on itself and then immediately smashes 4 tentacles down on the platform.
It'll be 46.
46 total.
46 total.
Oh my god. No,
I apologize.
Is that its reaction?
It is its legendary
Oh, shit.
reaction. As both of its fucking, suddenly its tentacles slam down on the platform, and you hear Nicholas suddenly go, I got a bad feeling about this, as its tentacles just
Oh, Nick, no!
begins pulling them back.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Oh, pulling the lever? Oh, that's what you're doing?
We're gonna want that. I hope.
Okay. So that is the, you said 46?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so that is the end of your turn. It is now good old Lorelei's turn. Lorelei Craveling.
Throw all the fucking handles!
Can't find the text from
Do I
Mindspike.
only put one?
It's
Just
in
pull
the
one.
Xanathar's bed,
Thank you.
which is
No,
right
just
there.
one.
You're pulling one.
No, you pull one.
You both pull one?
No, you pull
Okay,
one.
I'll go over. I can't move that far now.
Yeah, you're talking about it. Wait, we'll do a handle. It's one right there.
No, it's 30 feet. Well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, you can get there. It's within 5 feet.
Okay, I will.
You're gonna sprint that way?
Yeah. Pull a handle.
You pull the handle immediately as soon as he yells. As you do, everyone begins to float.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
And
No,
as you
trust
do-
me, it's good.
This is what?
You
Have you
begin
ever tried to
as
shoot a
you
gun
all
while
begin
you're
to
floating?
float, the tentacles and clear the arena entirely.
Wait, how did you never do that?
Because I saw them do it earlier. It was awesome. It was retarded.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, no, when he showed up.
At which point you all find yourselves floating in the air. Okay, that was your action. Anything else? You have 2 points for a bonus action, but you can't attack.
I don't have to.
No, no, sorry. Never mind, wrong character.
I got key points.
So you have cutting action,
Yeah.
dash,
I will-
disengage.
Hide.
You could dash if you want to get away from being stacked up with another player.
You can hide, but spoiler warning, you can see through walls. It can't see through walls. It's the sky, everybody. It can see you from all directions. It's the sky.
Dude, I got it. It's got the Renin game. And the BR game.
It is the sky.
And the Shire game.
Like, yeah, it looks like this cute
Should
little
I put
horn.
it-
You can't see its full.
Should I pull it back to go back?
So you
where-
used your action to pull it, so.
Yeah, that was your action
Okay.
to pull the lever.
Then I will I'll dash over. Yeah, bonus action. Dash over to
Can
here.
Just careful, your wings are very top heavy.
Okay, that is the end of your turn. That means it is now the monster's turn.
No.
Since the monster has taken a bunch of damage,
Good.
you see its skin suddenly change into blue in reaction. At
What
which
does that
point,
mean?
Alright! Set it on fire.
at which point it is going to place its 4 markers down.
One's gonna be here.
Oh, he would.
One's here.
Dick.
Uh,
What have I done? I ain't done nothing to it.
All right, let's move to roll.
You did something to it. 43 damage to it, didn't you?
That's not true.
Okay.
Didn't happen.
So now the magic works.
And now it is going to attack each one of you one time. Okay.
Okay, well, not making it out of this one.
All right. So first to you, Lorelai. 31 to hit.
31, okay.
Next one's to you, Halifax. That's really high.
Yeah.
It's like,
My
Fire
AC's
rate
19.
I need an extra one, buddy.
next one is to Cedric at it's like 29. Third one to
I'm gonna
I
uncanny dodge.
I can't do that, huh?
no, that's less. 20.
For me.
20 to hit.
That's your AC?
That's my ace.
20 to hit. All right, 46 first to you,
Whoever you are.
Lorelai.
Yeah.
Let me double check how much damage it is. Plus 4.
I don't know what I can do.
If he rolls ones on all of his damage dice, I'll still die.
You'll die?
15 points of lightning damage to you, Lorelai.
Okay.
Second one is to you, sir. 23.
Ouch.
23 points of lightning damage. To you,
You
Cedric.
said how much was it? 11 points?
I don't know.
23? Well, fuck.
No, that was 23 to him.
I think it was 11.
No, it was
No.
11.
You can do whatever.
Yours was low, though.
13 maybe.
Yeah,
What do you think?
13.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
All right, to you, sir, is going to be 19 points of lightning damage. And then the last one is to Hayden. Oh.
Is that halved or?
How many was to me?
No, this is to
23.
hit. So that's a solid, it's just a hit. It's not like an evasion or anything.
Oh
If
no,
you
no.
cut-
I mean, I'm using uncanny dodge.
Yes, then yes, you can have it.
Okay. 19.
23 points of lightning damage.
You're down?
So as this lightning bolt strikes, boom! This cacophonous explosion that for a moment almost seems to vaporize him. There is a faint.
Is it ticking again?
Followed by a.
I probably should have said sorry for eating this comic book.
Ticking
I was hungry.
again?
As suddenly you're greeted by heat and warmth. And as you stand
Oh no.
in the night, suddenly feeling a strange pull, you instinctively get up from your bedroll and get defensive for a moment. You bring your hand out to the side as you're greeted by the familiar heft of a greatsword next to you, black wrought iron. And as you do, you kind of look around, blackish hair turning slightly green tinge, but suddenly the weapon disappears from your grip.
He can't die. This guy's all dex based.
And as you're standing there for a moment, you suddenly feel this whoosh, and you're greeted by a familiar face.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
You're loath to see at which point he's like, I made love with vulnerability.
As Rathens appears. But alas, as you reappear, he reappears
What fresh out is this?
Come on,
in
Dice.
a brown and white colored onesie
Oh, the ear thing?
with long ears, googly eyes on top. His great weapon, the blade of disintegration, has been replaced by a fluffy-looking great club with a little smiley face on it. And he looks at it confused for a minute, and he looks over, and Nicholas is just dying on the side. He's like,
Who are you?
so much.
hey, we're all gonna die if we don't feel anything.
Who is this Joker?
Oh god. Sorry.
It's like some sort of quiz show.
But you just see him just stand there like, mother.
I hate you so much.
Alright, you kill that thing. Go ahead and reroll initiative, sir.
Where's
There it is.
rolls? Where is it?
9.
Nice.
Don't worry. I won't disappoint.
Alright.
Oh, cool. Got shatter again. Is it underlined 3 times?
Dude, I almost thought about giving you like that as a cantrip. like, that's my shatter, bro.
Well, they do have thunderclap.
Alright, so that is the end. As you suddenly see Hayden vanish into a puff of smoke, disappear into thin air. He is replaced by a newcomer, both strange
Pissed
and
off.
now pissed off and dressed very sillily as he's standing there like, what the did I get myself into? But that is the end of his initiative has been re-rolled. That means it is now. Is it your turn?
I think it's my turn, yeah.
It's
Oh,
your turn.
nobody knows.
Oh, right. No, that's good.
With the interruptions, I need restroom. So
Yeah, can you hold movement or no?
No.
Okay,
You
cool.
cannot.
Thank you. I didn't think so. I just need to check.
Oh, God. Yeah, these fuckers.
Glass walker armor. Take no damage from environmental effects.
Motherfucker's got a peg leg.
Yeah, it's a disability, all right? Keep it to yourself.
Alright, listen, I don't know who the
Can
fuck you
move
fuck's
like
like.
15 feet to his right.
Are you
And
that
20.
guy?
No, I'm the one back. Yeah, I'm that one.
So,
Just closer to Nick. No.
He's blue.
Straight line to the right.
Oh, straight line.
He's blue, right?
And then towards him, like
Yeah.
10 feet. Pulling back in the same line. No, towards the monster. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And then one more square towards the boy. Beautiful. Love it. Perfect. Great. Grand.
Run.
All right.
I'm gonna hit this dude so
Okay.
real quick.
I have no magics.
I
Me neither.
He needs to be red.
I gave. Is it here? Is this what I was looking for? It's this. What does this do? I realized. Okay. So we're gonna start off.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Bestow Curse.
Okay. Which one are you choosing?
I have to pick one of those. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Choose the nature of the curse from the. Wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns.
Okay. To do what?
If it fails, it wastes its turn blowing snot bubbles.
Yeah. That can definitely pay off pretty well. Excellent.
But that's a full action, so
Okay, so it doesn't take effect right now.
I
Just at the when it's like it doesn't have to make one right this second.
no at the start of its turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
that is the end of your turn
Well, no, it makes a wisdom saving throw
right now.
right now, and then if it succeeds,
It's 22.
yeah, that succeeds.
So it's as you do it, you just see this energy begin to form around it and then just dissipate for a moment.
I need a warlock. That's fine.
It was pretty close. I know what your DC is, but it was pretty low.
No, it's my DC's 15.
Yeah, his roll was pretty low. So with that being said,
Well, that's a fucking wash.
it is going to go ahead and move on to Rathens. The legend, the man, the legend, the legend.
Wait, the legend, the man, the legend.
Alright, he's blue, right?
Dabbity dabba die.
So that means magic, right?
Let me show you how it's done. Shatter!
What is it say?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
It's got to be an 18.
That's cocked, because that was on an 18. That's a 19. Okay, so it succeeds. Plus 10, so 20. 9. What's the damage?
It's going to take half of 4d8.
Okay.
Casting at the third level.
Okay.
7. 7, 14. 16. 17, 18.
18, so 9.
Yes, third.
Alright, taking 9 points of damage.
Usually kills them.
You see kind of like
I don't
shudder.
know who the fuck you are, but usually, you know,
It's a
you
loud.
say something. Do something better.
You see him pull out his hand up and then you just
No.
just
What's
to
that?
copy it.
Why?
Also,
Why?
thanks, Nick, for all the candy you left in my pockets.
He's like this, he's like, yeah, no problem. Alright, so that is the end of.
I'm going to move.
Okay.
I'm going to move. Here.
Okay, so you move there, at which point it is now Cedric's turn.
I'm gonna.
Nobody in melee. Oh yeah, there's somebody in melee, so you're good.
Yeah, but I don't have any magical.
Magical abilities.
What's going on with
So
these
I'm going to use my bonus action, pump my gun,
Pump it up.
and just wait until it turns red. But I'm gonna use my
You use 2 bonus actions to pump it up to 20. Listen, my dad did it once. It broke a window and shot a guy in the ass through the window.
You only get one bonus action.
No, it's
Use your
next
action.
turn.
No.
Alright.
It's funny.
I'll pump it up to
Yeah?
Okay, so he pumps it up as a bonus action, and actually just seemed like, I don't know what to do. So he just keeps fucking hammering on it.
You can get it into 20. Now, Red Rider at 20 pumps. That's going to
Top
put up
of
2
the
eyes.
round,
That
who
can
is
kill
next up on the D6 list?
Tiff is.
Me?
Tiff is. Alright, so at which point he looks to Lorelai, and he's like, you!
Yeah?
I need you to, you have to do the next part. So, help me out here. And then he just swings his hand together, at which point you vanish. And as you reappear, you find yourself in a very strange, almost oblong room. It starts narrow at the top, and at the bottom where you're standing, it seems oblong.
Like an egg.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there seem to be these these strange blackish stones that are sticking out that almost they don't seem to emit sound or have presence almost. It's like they're drawing things into them. But you notice that in front of you, in the center of the room, there's this light source just spilling out, and it seems to be colliding with what appears to be a reflective circular disc that's floating freeform in the middle. And as it collides with it, it seems to be absorbing this energy into it. Yeah, and you find yourself with this.
Okay. So, is it I have to get the light to hit that?
Correct.
Okay. Did you get this from that water cup thing?
Don't you worry about where you got it from. Do your puzzle.
Okay.
So
You can
as you
puzzle.
see, you begin to fiddle with the reflective surface, and as you bend it, you notice it begins to refract the light off of it, and that energy begins to spill out somewhere else, and you have to rearrange it. And then when you're done with it, you have to draw a little line with a pencil
Okay.
through the proper thing. That is the end of the top of the round, so you are gone, which means it is the monster's turn. The monster took how much magical damage? 36, 46, 9?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
9 thunder.
Wait. So arrows mean that's wait.
That's the direction it's going, yeah. It's going to refract the energy.
So is that right if I'm like
Also,
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
go
picturing,
deeper?
I'm
Yep.
floating,
Yeah.
pumping, just
Yep,
Same
just
pumping.
teetering in the air. It is
Bump it.
going to
Yeah, bump it.
direct its 4 attacks at okay.
everyone roll that not you. Everyone roll a d6, and we're gonna start with the lowest number and work our way down. 2, 5, okay. So you're gonna get one, then you're gonna get one.
So, to explain to people,
What was
rather
yours? 5. So you do not get targeted. It's gonna be Avon, and you two are gonna get targeted with his attacks.
roll the 1.
So the first one is to Avon at 30. Second one is to 22 to you.
It's
The next one is to you at
how many hellish rebuke?
absolutely. Because it does not seem to. I'm so sorry, Chad. I slapped the fucking board like 4 times today. I really thought it. 15 plus 8, 23 to you, Rat.
Hold on. Play mail. Plus 3 is 23. Fuck. I am gonna catch you.
Okay. So you take 46 lightning damage there.
Yes.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Go ahead and make your hellish rebuke.
He makes a dex save.
This is the first time in Rathan's career that he has
20
not been
damage
hit
to you, sir.
or
Okay.
something that was supposed to hit him.
And then he needs to make a what?
Dex save.
He's not very good. That is a
4
14.
times in a row.
Oh, it fails!
Okay, so
And
go
it
ahead.
saves
Sorry, I
his
didn't
life.
expect that.
I don't know if that's right.
Fully expected it to just get away.
No.
Okay.
These absorb
Sorry for
the
the noise.
lights,
So you gotta keep it from
so you
hitting.
have to keep it from hitting.
Oh no! Okay.
So as you redirect it, you see the flow begin to strike into one of the blocks, and the block just seems to eat that energy up.
Okay. Okay.
Also-
Like a negative.
I'm a warlock,
Uh-huh.
so this is at level 5.
Correct.
6.
Well, that part is
It's d10s, right?
Yes. Should say. Yes.
2d10 fire and then additional d10 for each level above first.
Okay.
So 6 d10. Do it. Fuck you. Alright.
Hashtag magic.
You gotta get those Cedric rolls.
I need 2 fucking natural ones. Safe! Fucking some anime dodge shit just.
21.
Alright.
6d10. 21 damage.
Let's see.
Oh wait, do I add my charisma to that too?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, didn't think so. That was trash.
Okay, so as you see this thing fire off, you basically just kind of like slide out of the way, and part of the energy kind of connects to you, and as it zaps you, you instinctively bring the flames out, and they just wash over the front of this thing, and you see it kind of reel away from the hit. That is the end. It's got to put its lasers out.
It is gonna put them. It's gonna roll when they go up.
You can do this, Tiff. I believe you.
I think I did it. But
Also,
I'm
you're
just-
coming up soon, so.
Okay. I think I got it.
Chapter 4 doesn't have a flag on it.
It might have fallen off.
Okay, so with that being said, you see it begin to point its respective little lasers back out. All right, that is the end of its turn. Next up is Halifax.
I'll move out of the way of this thing.
Yeah, move out of the laser. Ooh.
I'll
Which
move
way you wanna
towards you.
Do you want to try to stay out of the line of?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you out of the way,
Um,
everybody. So you're not.
And then I have a question. My agonizing blast, when I cast Eldritch, is it my charisma to both or just my charisma once?
Just to one.
Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. And then I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack rolls. Plural. Should be 2.
Well, that was lovely. Thank God it was 2 attack rolls because the first one was a 4. The second one was a natural 20.
That hit. And roll double dice, sir. So it should be 2d10.
It's like you got both attacks.
Yeah. So it's just
Yeah.
So 2d10 plus charisma modifier.
Where did my D10 go? Oh, I threw them in the bag in a fit of anger.
In a fit of rage.
Okay. 19.
19 damage.
Yes, 19. I double check my charisma.
Okay, so as you bring your hand up, running laterally across, you see Nicholas, and then you just bring your hand up and this couple of shots. The first one's immediately hit and just cascading off. The second one slamming into the side of it. That is the end of your turn. It is now Rath's turn.
Yeah, boy. All right. Good move.
Okay.
Over this way. Well, no, move over this way.
Is anybody gonna flip these letters off? You can keep floating around.
Move over this way. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm not keeping shit.
Yeah, because I have nothing to push off of. So you're just floating in place.
All right. I'm gonna cast lightning bolt,
Okay.
and I'm gonna regret this later, but fuck it.
You need to make a dex save.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
18.
Whoop. 18 and roll a 13. That's it. It fails.
It takes fucking 8d6.
8d.
Enjoy that.
Here's 4. Yeah, let's just make that.
4,
6.
5, 6,
8.
6, 7. Nope. Oh, that could have been a lot better. Could have been worse. Oh my god, there's so many twos!
That's
Yeah,
a
out of my
one.
60 tens, 3 of them were ones
Two,
and 2 of them were
4,
twos.
6,
And I was just
8.
like,
10, 16, fucking 21.
21!
hey,
Number to go,
X's! Yay! Looks like yours is as effective as mine.
So as you position yourself, like
I'm a little out of it!
Swing the
within
dick, miss
the
the
air,
chick.
you just bring your hands together and it begins to coalesce in front of you, and you just fire off this lightning bolt that
Yeah.
streaks out another 100 feet.
I can't even make excuses. I
What
have
the
been
fuck you
issues.
aiming at?
I have a lot of issues right now. I'm sorry.
Alright, so that is the end of your turn, sir. Next up, it is our friend Cedric.
I pumped this thing up to 20. What do I do now?
You can fire it. No, you can't.
No.
I mean, it stays charged. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the dodge action and just
Hang out. Okay.
Do you want to hit a lever?
floating.
Just,
I can't.
Top of the round, Lucretia.
shift your center of gravity.
But I'm not sure.
Do it anyway. Oh.
I do have charger. Doesn't really help me though.
I think I got it. I don't know. Your face.
It's just funny because it worked the way I thought it was going to. It's good. It works.
I did it?
Yes.
Why?
It works.
So,
You showed the
I
camera.
intended for this one to be the last one where you could just point it straight at it.
Oh.
I put these two as decoys.
Oh.
It worked.
Yes.
You used them instead of
Okay.
ignoring them. Which I was like, oh, there.
All right.
Show,
as
the, show the camera.
So as
It's a reflection. Yeah.
So as you begin to move these, you kind of begin to and then you begin to figure it out, and as you begin to you have to climb up like the side of a ladder and grab on and pull. You slowly get these into the right position, and as it hits, there's a moment where the whole chamber starts glowing green, and it begins to light up a little bit, and then you vanish outwards, which means you're the last one, right? You're the only one who hasn't gone yet. Oh, this is fun for you then.
Oh, fuck,
Um,
man.
Are
You
these
got the thing all
successfully
pumped up.
marked?
You're going to miss it.
Not really.
No, is it?
They're just all different.
So I'm just
They're all
back now?
different. Yeah, so you
Joke's
can
on
read
you.
here. Where do you want to read
I
here?
Because you can read here anywhere on the field that you would like.
I'll be out. Okay,
So-
what color is it?
You want to appear by a lever?
Blue? Okay, so,
You want to appear by a lever?
Mind you, I don't know.
but he's blue?
Yeah, nobody's communicated why. I'm just blowing my spell slots because that's how I do. Now I'm net
And
close.
that's why it hasn't given me a problem. So
Next
Okay.
turn, I'm fucking hit it real
Do I have
hard.
an action?
Yeah, you're back. Top of the round, your turn.
Well, I didn't know if that
Yeah.
was. Alright, I'm just gonna use
That
my
was
action
your
to dodge them.
use your action for the lever.
Well, it's not doing anything, right?
Yeah, but we probably
Everyone's
don't want to be
floating.
hanging in the
Oh,
air.
you're floating?
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah, I
floating.
can't move.
Ah, fuck.
You're fine.
I mean, I have a sword. I can paddle my way.
Well, I have a
No.
laser pointed at me. Oy, oy, oy. And I have charger.
Do I have any of my gear? No. Okay. My gear was delightful. Wow, that's sad and gone and bad. I had a drift
I'm
ball.
gonna flip the lever.
Okay, so everyone slowly begins to descend downwards back onto the platform.
Okay, that is the end of your turn. It is the monster's turn now. Okay, let's go ahead and place the markers out for his lasers.
Which, since you reappeared, you're going to be the target of one.
Bazamp.
You're going to be the target of the second one. Third one, he's going to ignore Avon. So, yeah, the 4 of you are going to get
Yeah, good call on the lever.
the laser.
You're gonna get hit probably though.
Alright, that's going to go off. Okay. And then he's going to attack each of you once. So,
Let's go ahead and
I'm gonna die.
Are you though?
Yeah.
Are you though?
You'll live on forever.
Unless he doesn't hit me, which I don't think he cannot hit me.
That's
He's knocked hit me twice.
Yeah, but your AC is way higher than mine.
No, he just rolled
I
natural
got
ones.
natural ones.
Oh,
That's the only way he can waste any of us.
27. Second one's to you, sir. Is
hits. Yeah.
30 something.
My AC is 19.
30 to you, Cedric. And natural 20 to Rapid.
Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back, my friend.
So you,
Yeah.
5,
Guess you-
10, 13, 19, 21
Okay.
damage. To you, sir.
Stop in the name of the god!
14, 15, 16, 16
Dead.
points of damage. To you,
Oh
sir.
no.
6,
I only had 8
12,
hit points.
18, 19, 20, 21, 24 to you.
On that
Hits
uncanny
me,
dodge.
makes my peg leg
Yeah,
behind.
half. And then to you, sir, it's going to be 21 plus.
Oh.
21, 22, 23,
Rathan's also considered to be hard a lot.
30,
Yeah.
36 points of lightning damage to you.
36.
It's not bad.
Halifax died.
That's
It's
not
alright,
bad
it was
for
an
an
advantage
F20.
anyway.
So as the laser arcs point, you kind of like see one of them
Land on the
pointing at
ground. Alright, that's lovely. Oh god.
you. Yeah, you're like, all right. You look up and you see one pointing directly above you, and then
36.
another one off the side zaps
36.
at you. As you're about to
Damn.
get struck, there's a, and you vanish into thin air.
Bye, buddy. I'm glad I took the time to relearn your spells.
Aren't you?
And then we are joined by, or we enter into dark, cold, faintly illuminated by the rising azure moon. Sipping tea, very very quietly, he sort of wanders the halls of light as from deep within you can hear this almost Gregorian style chant of the perpetual song that sort of over the years has accompanied the continual flame that honors the way of light in general. And as he peruses through in his night clothes, he tends to take the temple slowly, as this is the only time that it's not overrun by guests and visitors who wish to pray at its holy temple. And as he kind of sits there for a moment, there's a faint and then a sudden
Wait, I know this.
sigh of recognition. And it hasn't happened for a while, but the call comes, and suddenly as he reappears in a gust of wind in this explosion outwards, you're greeted by a tall, slender, but built elf with pointed ears, angular features, long hair pulled back into a nighttime sort of ponytail. And as he stands there in his small clothes, the clothes begin to shimmer and change, and suddenly he finds himself in a long sleeper's gown with a pointed puffball hat, and in one hand where his mighty shield would have been, he finds a lantern, and in his other hand, instead of a grand warhammer of his youth, he finds a fire poker.
Hey,
And a confused Halroy joins the battle.
Now, what?
What?
He got us again, man!
Oh, you.
Hey!
You just see him wearing one.
You're dead.
Not yet, apparently.
No, you're very, very dead.
No, they brought me back. I'll drink. About a week.
No.
Oh, you didn't know that. Right, so, long story short, Nick.
Yeah, no, I
You don't
got.
even have a long
Fox
story for
chicken.
this. Oh, you got a short story.
So we got some another asshole.
Cruel Ranger's
Jesus
ropes.
Christ. So apparently, if the thing's blue, you shoot magic at it. If it's red, you stab it.
All right.
Because I was about
Let's
to stab
go.
the crap out of it.
Also, if
This
somebody
thing is-
hit a lever, I'm still floating in the air.
No, she get the lever.
Oh.
No, use slowly. All right, thank you.
Now,
All right,
now,
I'm gonna go
now you
vomit.
go ahead and reroll initiative.
Yeah, all right.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
10.
Coming, Pierre.
10.
Not
So
not
let's
for a
see,
while. I could half damage.
10. Actually, you're in the same spot, so that's good.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So
We'll get you back
obviously
later.
this thing automatically misses. So it is actually your turn. As Harold joins the
All right.
battle,
All right.
it is his turn. The creature is still blue. So it's automatic.
Delightful. Well, I guess that I'm going to use this fire poker. I'm going to stab into it.
Wait.
That's all I can do.
You can use magic against it right now or hit it?
You can use no, either you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just saying that melee attacks heal it, but magical attacks do not.
Right. Okay.
What about a magical melee attack?
No,
It,
still.
so the magic damage, the additional fire damage will deal damage. The other thing will heal it, which means it could cancel out. But if you cast like a
Divine Smite?
searing smite or something, the magical damage will still hurt it.
So you'll basically end up subtracting.
Yeah, because my.
Hello, friend. That's too far.
Because my.
So you just see this man in sleep clothes, a long gown, a fucking pointed cap that's been bent over with a little puffball on it, and goes running up with a shield and a poker.
With a, no, with a lantern.
Yeah, with a lantern.
Yeah,
and a
it's
poker,
not even a
and
shield.
the poker begins to ignite in this fire. And you just can't help but see Nicholas just fucking cackling by now as a madman. As he's looking around the battlefield, it's the most obnoxious thing he's ever seen. He's just having a blast. He's like, yay! I should probably keep casting. Sorry.
Uh,
I mean, oh.
Somebody magic me up Divine Smite.
2d8
Look for it?
per level.
Thank
Up to a cap of 68
Okay.
per level of spell that you cast.
Well, I need.
If it's undead, it's 3d8, but it's not. So
Here.
Okay.
Okay.
Mechanics question.
yes.
Magic melee weapons.
Still.
The magic damage gets counted, but the melee damage
Yeah,
does not.
because my weapons were magic. Or-
Shadow Blade conjures a simple
That is
melee
That
weapon.
is a magical weapon.
Alright.
Yeah.
So all that
Well, it
damage.
deals force damage, correct?
Yes, it's psychic.
Psychic, so yes. That
What was
counts.
my oath? Anybody?
Vengeance.
But vengeance.
That's what I thought.
So you can grant yourself advantage.
Yeah.
What were you looking at? Brandishing, blinding. What's
I
my?
think you're just looking at divine smite. in general.
Yeah, Divine Smite.
Oh.
Which is radiant. 2d8 for each spell, or 2d8 at first level, and then
1 for each level,
One
up to 6.
up to 6.
The book says 5.
Technically
Recently changed.
7 if you're fighting an undead. Does this thing count? I feel like it counts as everything. Certainly an abomination.
I'm working.
Yeah, playing really hard. I'm just gonna make my PV hard.
So I heard that all over here.
Good.
Because I did.
So, as you're doing your thing, due to time constraints, you see Nicholas kind of like pokes around and he's like, oh, wait, we're almost done. Initiate the firing sequence, at which point he puts his hand out and then he closes it, at which point you
Ah, God.
into, as you reappear for a moment in this like quick flash, you find yourself in a dimly lit room that looks almost like semicircle. It's a half circle. Your back is to the flat part of the wall, and there's a control panel in front of you.
I hope it's a big red button.
Just fucking. And I need to stress to you, you cannot show this to anybody. This is only for you.
Only your eyeballs.
This is all. That is what you see in
You
front of you.
automatically.
So the circles at the bottom are buttons, and those are the symbols. So you have to initiate the firing sequence. At which point, as you vanish, Mr. Howard, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna not take that turn. I'm gonna go over to is anyone near the creature?
Yeah, there's already somebody around.
Okay, I'm gonna circle
The other
around
way?
to him.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna circle around to him to Rathens
Okay.
to protect him if I need to.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my action. If it changes color, I'm gonna smash into it. But
Okay.
otherwise, yeah,
You're gonna hold for a change of color.
yeah, because
Okay.
that's what I've been yelled at.
All right. So as you hold your action for the attack, it is now.
Are you cold?
It is now Rathens' turn.
Yes! Bonus action.
Yeah, Shadow.
Shadow Blade.
Okay. So
Main action. As a fighter. At whatever fucking level I'm at. We're gonna like 3 attacks, right?
yes, roll 15 your 3 attacks.
I'm going.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead. Make your 3 attacks.
Let me verify one last time. I think it's not gonna have that +3.
It's not +3.
Okay.
As you are doing that, there's a moment where you see, as you're kind of prepping, you just hear, Ah, shit! I didn't give him the firing sequence, did I? And then he looks to you and he's just like, yeah, sorry about this. And
What?
He puts the firing sequence in your brain,
Okay.
and he do not show that to anybody. Nope, other side.
Oh my god. Okay, is this the right way? Okay.
Yeah. So at which point the two of you receive a telekinetic link that you have to describe to him what the firing sequence is and how to put it in.
Do I do it right now?
It's in order. Well, Rathens is
Alright,
gonna go, and
I'm
then
gonna
you'll
make rolls.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack rolls.
It's gonna be with
Okay.
efficiency 20.
I'm excited.
Huh?
20.
20 hits.
Okay.
Okay.
20. 21.
21 hits.
I'm so excited to do this.
22.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage for all three.
Action surge.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm killing it.
Maybe.
I'm gonna try it. 24.
Hits.
Oh, 17.
No, I just
17
going
hits.
to use.
Oh shit!
Which is annoying.
15.
15
I
does
didn't
not
have
hit,
any
so
of this, so.
5.
5 hits.
5
When you
hits.
saw
Should we
that, is that
do
yours
6
or
each or something?
Huh?
No, because it was on roll 20. isn't it?
Yeah.
2.
Oh, that's, man, I really wish you hadn't deleted that.
What?
The old roll 20.
Yeah. I know.
I wish I had. Well, I mean, I wish I had more time to look this over, just because I found something I can do, but it's going to be a year and a half before it comes around.
You said 5 hit, right?
5
Like
hits.
6. Okay.
It's
So you gotta add, I think you get to add your proficiency, or what do you add to the damage?
The damage
Yeah.
looks to. Well, I have proficiency with it. And it counts as a simple melee weapon.
So you can add your proficiency bonus to it,
I believe so.
to each attack.
Well, the damage to the. Because my proficiency bonus was over for the attack.
Right, you don't add your proficiency, you add your modifier. To it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's what I'm trying to say, but remember
Yeah.
you get 5 times, so it's your modifier 5 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
9 plus 5 is
14.
14.
14 damage for the first one.
14 damage for the first one. 4 and 5 is 9.
Okay.
That is 6 and 5, 11.
Okay.
7 and 5, 12.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
For the last one.
Excellente. All right, so the two of you.
Okay. So you got a kite. It's got like a weird tail with a
don't point
wonky,
that at me.
the wonky T in the middle. Does that make sense?
Okay, with a wonky
You can
T.
just put a 1 in the little circle.
Okay, is it a square with the T?
Square with a T, yeah.
Where are you getting fucking kites from?
Because it's like a kite tail. It's kind of like a one off of the.
Well, at least they know each other.
Okay, yeah.
That was the one.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready for the next
Yeah,
one.
go ahead.
The next one is kind of looks like a music line. So it's like these 4 L's with the tails.
All right, I got
Okay,
it.
and then the next one is a tipped over triangle with no top against a square.
Against a box, yeah,
Okay, and then
with
it's
2 lines in it.
yes, and then it's
So what are
like
you doing later?
not this. Okay. What are you doing with that? I don't know. Being trapped on a show. Okay, and then the last one. Like there's only one left, right?
No,
There's.
he has a fuck ton on his.
Oh, okay.
Give him
Okay.
the
I'm sorry.
things.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you had 4. Okay, so then the last one is it's like a half a part of a triangle with like a 1 tipped over, and then 2 lines underneath, and then a flat bottom, and then like a triangle with the bottoms crossing, and like the 1 is facing the other way on the bottom.
All right, let me see. Let me see both of them. We double check. Make sure it works. Where's my 3 at?
Meanwhile.
So as you begin moving through, you just like what the? You just get all these buttons in front of you. You pop the first one, and as soon as you pop the first one, the whole console just lights up, and you're like, all right. And suddenly the displays up on the wall begin to come alive, and you see like the true form of this thing as it engulfs the sky itself, and you're just like, luckily you throw a filter, because what the f- is that? At which point you hear in your head the words are like, all right, so you push a button, the second button, and as you do, everyone you hear this, and it sounds like something venting, out from the sides of the tower, and you can actually see this like faint smoke begin rising up from the outside. At which point she describes the third one to you, and you hit a button, and then from your perspective you hear this, and you're like, oh, I don't know if that was right. All of you outside begin to hear.
Hey, Halroy, listen, I know we had our differences, but I never really had much of a problem with you.
And then the last one, as you kind of like, you're like,
Well,
and then you push it. There's a, and the whole thing goes kind of quiet for a minute. And everyone just hears it kind of growing in intensity, and more.
So it was wrong?
It was not wrong. It was right.
Oh, cool.
So as you're sitting there, suddenly you vanish out and you reappear.
Just in time to die.
You reappear. I need everyone to roll 5d20, please.
Okay.
5d20.
5d20, yes. Each of you. And then let me know what the number is.
Man.
Wait, what the number total is?
Right. Okay. So just add it up.
So I'm really annoyed because I didn't know what destructive wave did, and that's what I was looking up. And then I didn't. And then I was like, I'm taking too long. This is taking too long.
There's
And that's why I
another
stopped
20
doing
in
it.
there.
It would have been 10d6 of damage. I'm just annoyed by that.
Well, ironically enough, using every dice from all of my characters.
There you go.
Thank goodness our love, our friendship, and all of our sorrows.
Oh, there's one. Oh, there's the tentacle die. That goes in there. And that's my DM die.
So 72?
71.
71. Okay.
All right, that was her. What's yours?
32.
32. Okay.
51. I got a fucking natural one.
Okay.
Only rations.
Of course.
Oh, believe me, mine's not good at all. Wait,
Or maybe it is. You don't know.
that wasn't one of them. No.
Oh. Oops.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
didn't know
not
that.
great.
I mean, I got it right.
Wait, that's
I just
a 20.
looked up the 71. That's 13.
9,
48.
Plus 2, plus 4,
Plus 6.
plus
Mhm.
9,
64.
plus 17 equals
Just
41.
fucked up that little bit.
41.
Nice, 41.
All right. So as you guys are all talking, the two of you standing right up on it, you see the floor begin to and push back, and you begin to instinctively step backwards to not fall face first. As suddenly, as you're standing there, this blue column of light just eviscerates both of you, and you vanish into a puff of smoke. These two, because they're standing right up on it. And as the sudden like burst of heat hits you, you pop back up, holding your tea. There's almost like a spilled moment, and you're like, "The fuck was that?"
Retired houses. Or Halroy.
I'm going back to sleep.
And then Rathens, as you reappear,
Trouble me no further.
as you reappear in the sand, the sand around you just
no further. That's
pushes outwards. The blade
Grave about you.
to the ground because you didn't have it, like it disappeared out of your hand for a moment. You're just like, your clothes are returned to normal state. You're just kind of standing there like.
Next year we're just all gonna get together and hang out in one spot. We're just gonna do that.
At which point the two of you.
Rathens alive?
I thought he wasn't.
And the two of you stand there waiting, confused. He's just like, all right, thanks for your help. I apologize in advance. The ship needs you still. And then
with the 20 pumps.
From your eyes.
Nick and his knee.
it bounces off and he looks you dead in the eye. A slight tear comes out. And he's just like, it didn't hurt.
Oh my god.
I'm ready to go back to the damn ship.
And then he just.
No. I don't
And he begins to kind of take you back. At which
I would like
point,
to try to grab onto the ground.
as you are shunted back into the darkness of the ship, back on top of it, our party reappears in its entirety, back in their wondrous throw of partying, as you're all standing there with the very clear memories of being smashed, being destroyed, being zapped with
We're back in the
lasers.
party area?
You're back in Barrens. You find yourself kind of standing around very awkwardly as time slowly begins to tick forward, and all the people that were having a blast and stuff suddenly begin to, they go from not moving at all to, and they're laughing and joking, and you guys kind of just get brought back together. At which point, as you're kind of all talking and just like looking around awkwardly, you can hear that faint little, as you notice Nicholas is standing there with you. Just like, that's fun.
I died. Did we do it?
Yes. So
I mean,
he points into the sky, and you see there's like a faint little glowing light. He's like, that right there, that's the prism. You see, it's not a star. It's reflecting light. You can just see it from here. It's about, it's like three planets away from here. About.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, a long time ago, put it in. Some people on there decided to pop it out. So, you know, bad things happen to good people. But luckily, we did it, and I appreciate all of your assistance.
To show your appreciation, can you tell me where the gateway heaven is?
The entrance map.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you where it is.
Well,
If you can discover it, I will allow you. But I will grant you your wish. It is in the lost city of Yassine, which I doubt you find in any book. So good luck with that. But thanks so much. I do actually have some gifts for all of your hard work, and you're not dead. You didn't die. You thought you died. There's a difference.
That was hit.
You felt
pretty
very
realistic.
it was a little bit.
My shirt's still covered in vomit.
I will actually do have some things to give you. At which point, as he puts his hands out, he begins to, you see those glyphs begin to reappear, and they all seem to be clockwork and or.
How do the rest of the people at the party take this?
They don't seem to notice him.
Oh.
As you're standing around talking, people look at you and they're like, oh, and then they look back, but they seem to glance
Where did they
over
go?
him like he's not there. And as he does, he begins to kind of maneuver his hands. At which point he produces
I don't need a gift, but can you help this place, these people?
Yeah, I am.
All right, go.
And he hands over a pocket watch. Anybody, whoever wants to grab it. At which point he brings the other hand around and he begins spinning it, and a very nice tabard appears. It seems to have a cross, like almost like you put it over and you pin it, and it has these almost natural-looking like seashell pauldrons attached to it. They seem to be like organic metal pauldrons that shimmer in a various colors. At which point he grabs it, and as he grabs it in his hand, it just begins to limp, and he's just like,
Wait, what is that thing?
there you go. It's a tabard. At which point he's just kind of sitting there. And he's like, well, I'm going to get absolutely hammered.
Please,
Join
us.
Absolutely. He takes that and he's like, this is going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. At which point you have this opportunity, because we do have to go, or, I mean, ish. You can ask him whatever you want.
Oh, dang it, I already did find it.
He will answer questions and he will hang out with you until the morning.
I just want to know more.
I'm
You
gonna pull the
can go
console
ahead,
out.
because you already know I'm asking.
We all get one.
And just kind of,
Turn it towards you.
what's the second button, Bill?
It will.
Oh man, look at all this
Let's take a moment to not think about what they're talking
Yeah.
about. It's like a nice distraction
What's
over
your
here.
story?
I have a watch. I'm very excited
What is
about
this
it.
thing?
The watch.
Yeah.
What's it? What's a watch?
What is a watch?
It does the times.
Nick,
That's home.
is
That's
where
here.
do we
and
need to go on a map
Don't worry about that.
to find the Duke's
But this one is
elder
a.
sister?
It's a
The
times.
previous queen
It's
of
sundial.
the
But
I
So
think
you don't
if
use
you're
the
on the right
signs
track.
that you're on?
Heading to the cradle, that is going to be your best bet.
All right, good enough.
How
Good
late
luck.
is it
Make
right
sure you
now?
bring
It's like
something
11:30.
to navigate traps.
What time is it?
Traps.
It's
Literally.
it's probably about like 11ish at night.
does this show the proper time for here?
Yeah.
So right.
So wait, it's like, oh, it's not
Yes.
10:08.
No, it's like 11ish for.
Yeah. And so does this watch correspond with the timepiece I have for this plane of existence?
Yes.
Okay, so it's.
So do you even need that?
Oh man, what is this? Why?
The watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celiana's here, right?
Break in case of emergency.
Ask us.
And I mean
what
absolute
she
emergency,
did.
because one of us will never come back.
She did. We got her to be our teacher.
If you're in a dire situation where nothing is going to help you, break the watch and trust me.
you could give it to Celiana though.
No,
So she can identify it.
Oh shit button.
It's identified enough. Yeah.
But yeah, I was running kind of like he starts sipping his drink and he kind of like looking around and he starts interacting with people and they treat him like he's just not even. But he will answer questions.
I'm still gonna keep asking about this place.
So that's about the lost city you've seen.
Yeah.
He will answer questions about it if you wish to ask him.
Well, like, what's the closest place that exists still to it?
Oh come on, I'm not gonna give you access.
That's what I'm gonna ask.
You want to know about it? It's one of the first.
I want to get there. I want to
It's
go
one
there.
of the first civilizations.
So he'll tell me history. He won't tell me like how to get there.
Yeah, but if you use history right, we can figure out what.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Are the Jarens still alive?
Yes.
What's the
The king is one.
what? What'd you say? The what? What'd you ask?
Well, I'm gonna ask him one more question.
Uh-huh.
Nick, you having a good time at this party? Good enough. And then I'm gonna walk off.
I'm gonna hold up Alvin's head. Do you know him?
Oh, you're gonna
Yeah. I mixed it up.
Yeah. He's all right.
Not really.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Anyway. He was a good
Okay.
friend of mine. He was a nice guy.
Okay.
So, and then he goes
Is
back
it
to
strong?
I'm looking through what I got.
All right.
Man, there's a bunch of garbage in my pockets.
At which point he, as the night begins to come to a close, people start to leave, he eventually will fade out and disappear into the evening. And that concludes Frozen Moon 2018.
Yay!
Thank you for bringing it up. So you guys had fun. There was a lot of shenanigans. I know that for the audience, at least, there was a lot of character name drops and stuff. Those are
Yeah.
previous characters we played, that these guys played in previous campaigns.
Yes.
So,
And if you have questions,
if you
I'm
did not
sure
notice
do,
our delight,
Yeah.
reach out to us
You never got
Yeah,
to see
on our
Pee-Pee,
Discord, which is
you
in
did
the.
not see PP. PP would have been funny. There's a couple of them that, Mamariki's was funny,
yeah.
and so was, PP's was funny as well. I thought all of them were good.
Yeah. I liked mine was the McAllister seer armor. That'd
Wait,
be
Mamma
Yeah.
She
For
was
when
nice.
you die.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
died, then
I
Mamariki's
figured.
was gonna.
Oh, I would have liked to have seen that.
You should have died.
You know?
I should have.
I mean,
Dude,
I can spoil it because we're done, but it was she was the Grinch.
Oh,
So she would have been
perfect.
green, and her weapon was called a 39
Do
and
you
a half
want this
foot
stuff?
pole.
Yeah.
Take it off, put it in here.
The only one I wanted to see was fucking Pierre.
Pierre
Oh,
was
yeah.
so Pierre. I went
So
through the
the
top.
Winter Fairy.
This is legit. I went through the top Christmas movies of all time. Fucking Edward Scissorhands is on that list.
I was
Really?
thinking about that like
So
yesterday.
he had his outfit was Edward's bondage armor, and his
Oh.
weapon was called Too Many Shears. He would have had like these fucking just like what the hell did I use these for? So that was.
How did it, you should have made him Edward Knives for hands.
Oh!
It's just a bunch of
Is that
daggers.
short or
That being said, we're going to take off.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks
we're
for
talking
hanging out.
arrows.
I hope you guys had fun. There is a link in the description for a Discord if you guys want to jump in that and hang out with us, ask us questions about this campaign or previous campaigns or anything that happened during this game in particular.
No.
Then feel free to do so. We also have a sub-only Discord if that's
We're
you're
gonna
interested
figure out
in doing this
next week.
subbing. Let me go double check to make sure nobody followed because I didn't hear anything.
Next week is New Year's, by the way, so everyone knows. It could be me. I've got time now. I can look through it, but I don't know. I haven't built anything for it.
I mean,
You have your one shot though.
I did mine.
Yeah.
No, you have the other one.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have the MMO one.
Good.
I'm-
He wants to start the darkest one too.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'd like to DM something and go do it
I say
terribly wrong,
bandits.
badly.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so
I need to actually
Yeah.
sit down and do work on it and make it a thing.
Oh, hey, if
It won't
you
be
need
on
anything,
for-
fucking hit me up.
Yeah.
Hit him up.
I'll text you guys because I'm sure I'll have many, many questions because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You sit down. You're like, great.
so
What?
we are out.
You just say what?
Again, thanks for hanging out with us. I hope
Oh,
you have
yeah.
a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
The happiest of any holiday, so like seriously.
I'm going to show this villain one more time so everyone can see his
It's the
smile.
best villain in the world,
It's
Monsieur
Well, so,
Pacamari.
Can you tell them what you were trying to find? That you
A fucking octopus. Just a stuffed fucking
a
octopus.
big
That's
one.
all I
Not
wanted.
one guy.
I have a stuffed octopus
You
that's
can't go
about
to the
this.
Japanese store.
It would have been about perfect for this.
Yeah,
I
wanted
don't. Here's
one.
the thing. I don't know where it is. I know that I own it. I do not know where it is. I got it in an aquarium on the East Coast.
So we
And it's
will
the light.
see you guys later.
Bye.
See ya. This was better than an octopus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes. This was infinitely better.
Mm-hmm.
Are you